Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy K Dot, first Black Super Saiyan to ever arrive on this planet. Back here with another stream. Here with Big Ford Entertainment, Anzo. We got Cole and Sean. And we also have the Nerd Man, King of DC, Protector of DC.
Who's Sean?
Your other split personality.
See. Hey, how do you know you're the first Black Super Saiyan?
Well, I was born this way.
Sure.
And Nerd Man, Father of DC, King of DC, Protector of DC, everything.
Sure.
Have you? No. What list?
Why are you laughing at that?
If you like,
I
to
am
protect,
the protector of DC.
If you like to protect garbage, then okay.
Wow.
Says the MCU fan. Says the MCU fan. Okay. Anyway, what's up, guys? So we didn't talk about how we were going to do this even before. Am I hosting this whole shindig?
I mean, if we can get to the card thing, we can just talk about the Jonathan Major stuff. We can brainstorm, some cards and stuff, some good movie cards.
Yeah. I was gonna say that Cole has a list actually that maybe he can bring up. I don't know if he's still got it. There's some ones that might not be on there. But it's like cars, vehicles, like the Millennium Falcon and stuff like that should be on there as well. So it's like vehicles, essentially.
So space vehicle, okay.
Yeah, anything like that. Okay. But we had to, I've calmed down a little bit on the John Majors thing. I was a little bit peeved the other day. I know Onzo and I were both kind of peeved by some things that were coming up, and I was making comparisons which I think are fair, but at the same time perhaps aren't always one-to-one comparisons. But
it's just I'll say this so far from what I've seen more people, not saying people that was already this. I'm talking about the people that was for giving him a chance, Ezra Miller. Let's wait until more evidence for Ezra. We gotta wait and see. And I was waiting and seeing. Don't get me wrong, I was one of the people I'm gonna wait and see. I wasn't forcing everybody else to wait and see. I was just I'm gonna wait and see what happens.
Yeah, we both
waited, and I saw a lot, and I saw him not speaking up a lot for all the stuff he was doing, and he kind of just moved on from it. But Jonathan, it's not saying this stuff completely that he shows completely makes him innocent. But I've seen more evidence on his side than I have seen from the person who's, accused him. Right now, I'm waiting until court. But like I said, at this moment, we should give Jonathan a chance to
explain himself,
just like people were saying for Ezra. But to
be honest, to be fair, Ezra was getting a lot of heat from the CBM fans, mainly because they didn't want him as the Flash in general,
right?
Even prior, so he was getting a lot of heat from that side. But from the side of Hollywood, his management team, I don't think have left him.
That's the big difference.
But even with the video of him actually choking somebody, right? And this is my problem. So it's when the first talk about this came out, there's smoke. Then the director came out, if there's smoke, there's fire. You guys gotta believe this. And then now we get some evidence on his side, and it's oh no, we don't know the context of that. We gotta wait. Right. But yet no actual evidence really came out on her side other than the fact that there was talk that he did it.
Well, the only evidence that's come out on her side is that she's saying that he didn't do it. And
that too.
So
that too. But I say her side because the DA side.
You mean the DA side.
Yeah.
And the only other evidence is that they're saying that they have other people who are accusers as well, which I would like to find out about. And you know, this is the thing about people who are accusers as well. I want to see as evidence on that side some kind of pattern of behavior, something that they can tell me that they could not find out from the news or something like that. You know what I mean? Like something they can't have seen in media or whatever. Yeah. So it's important for me, and I doubt they've done this because they never do their jobs properly, that they get statements immediately from these women, ensure that they haven't communicated with each other online before to, like, collaborate, or because I remember, I think it was Marilyn Manson, right? Like the accusers came out against Marilyn Manson, and essentially they were using the same language as each other, like love bombing, and oh, he love bombed me first, and then he did this, and it almost seemed like, oh, if you were just casually reading it, you'd be like, oh, really, this guy does have a pattern of behavior, because if you look at these statements, they're almost equivalent to each other. The only problem is they got to read each other's statements first on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that shouldn't be accepted as evidence. That's not good enough. You cannot put a man away on that kind of evidence. You have to ensure and encourage these people to come forward to the authorities, give separate statements, and then when those statements are compared, if there's things to be compared between them, then you can say, oh, look, these people completely came forward independently, and this is what they had to say.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because the thing, and the thing to add on to that, right? I heard somewhere where they said one of them was someone that worked on the set of Ant-Man. So I'm like, wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that one.
But wait, when did Ant-Man finish filming? Like a year ago?
Yeah, I think they started filming around like 2021 pandemic, or at near the end, like 2020. I think around that time.
So all this was kept to this person, to themselves, all up until now. Why didn't we hear anything about this before? All of a sudden now you want to bring out this, and to me, it seems like a witch hunt. It seems like you getting too big for your britches, young man. So we need to put you down there. You know what I mean? And I think because I've done streams on some of the shady shit that the industry has done, just the music industry and Hollywood alone, right? So I'm just like, why would it not be possible that maybe they offered him something that he didn't want to do? And it's like, okay, well, you know what? Now we're going to do this to bring you down. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't put it past Hollywood to do stuff like that.
Sure. I mean, I don't disagree. Like that they could do something like that, or they could, but I mean, I don't want to go veer into like some kind of conspiracy just yet, but like it's possible. But my thing is, this is why I'm very reluctant, to come forward and really be passionate about somebody like Johnny Depp, because I see, look, if you see the TMZ, how they responded, or if you see what's going on online, I see people willing to throw Jonathan Majors under the bus almost immediately, with very, very little evidence either way, right? Like, and these are the same people who are like very defensive of Johnny Depp. Well, not Ezra Miller necessarily, but definitely Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp fits their kind of profile without telling you exactly why. I think you can imagine why. But Johnny Depp definitely fits their profile more. So, you've got people like Mr. Signor. I watched his thing on Jonathan Majors where he's like, well, this doesn't prove anything. But it doesn't really prove the opposite either. And the idea that this woman went to a club just after she'd broken her finger or whatever, that the police are claiming, and that she'd been strangled and had marks and all of this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
It's kind of fanciful, really, because unless the defense lawyer has given fake pictures, right? If there's not people saying, "Oh, she was injured," "Oh, she had a broken finger," like, oh, she's mentioned something about that, then you would see that if you were, like if you met her in a club, right?
And one of those
why
pictures,
would you go to a club after you've broken your finger? Surely that's painful.
And one of those pictures was, you can see on the bottom, like, is a cop cam footage, right? And you don't see no bruises on her neck.
And that's the thing. Like, if your body, people that go through abuse state, their mind gets complicated, right? And you can't really, they don't make the best logical decision. But ain't no way, I'm injured, right? Like, injured. Let's say I got a broken leg or a broken hand, and I'm going to a club. I'm gonna chill at home, unless I don't really, unless I got a death wish or something and don't really care about my life. And yeah, I totally understand, because you have some people that live on the edge. Unless she's person lives on the edge, it doesn't make no sense for her to be injured and going to a club.
Right. But and I'm gonna play a little bit of devil advocate on this one too. Maybe she didn't know it was broken and it just hurt. She figured she could deal with the pain.
That could be a case too. Probably.
You know what I mean? So I'll say that. But my main one was the one where there was no bruises on her neck. That's the main one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, true. But the broken finger is something. But I'll here's my thing again. Like, if we bring up the texts, I can't remember the text specifically, but the notion that people have gone from those texts, because let's just think about this, the Johnny Depp situation, right? The time where the whole thing swung towards his side, right,
was the video, was this phone call.
Was this phone call? They had no other evidence about Amber Heard, right? Like, there was literally no other evidence on her. It was just this phone call of her admitting that she had. I think she was saying she slapped him. He said she punched him, right? Now, the longer version of that video, this is where I'm not sure if I'm right. Okay, the longer version of that video was not released. It was a shorter version of the video that was released, right? Or was the whole thing released? Because the longer version, the longer version makes her seem really, really guilty.
I think it was just a 2-minute version capturing the part where she specifically says, "No, Johnny, I didn't punch you. I like hit you." Just kind of like,
That's what I remember. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's the because I remember listening to it, and I listened to the whole thing, and it was like maybe 5 minutes or something like that. Why was that not seen in the same light as these texts? Because these texts make this girl look crazy. Like, they make her look, from my point of view, you could either say, yeah, she's possibly an abused person who's internalizing her own abuse and making it her fault, or she's just a crazy person who's totally obsessed with this guy. Like, that's the two variations of it I can see. And if, you listen to the Amber Heard thing, right, you could totally take from that, oh, she's internalizing her abuse as well. She's trying to think of herself as like, oh, I'm strong enough and I fight back and whatever, and so it's not just him. It's like a toxic relationship, whereas he was actually, it was actually like him, doing it as well. You see what I mean? It's like you can interpret things however the fuck you want, is basically what I'm saying. But on face value, if you look at those texts, there's no reason to assume that this is just an abuse victim
You see,
internalized. That's just until
right.
there's extra evidence to supporting that. There's no reason to interpret those texts like that.
But there's one part in the text, and I don't have the wording correctly, but I believe she says she told the cops or something about nothing happened until the cops came and seen bruises. So I think, and what they're trying to say is, oh, well, she had bruises on her, so something did happen, though, even though she's saying that I think she said they had a fight. She said they had a fight, and then the cops came in and saw bruises on her, something like that. So because they know they had a fight, that's why they took her. She was saying some stuff like that.
Sure.
So people were taking it and saying, "Oh, you see, she had bruises. They had a fight. So he's the bad guy. He's this. He's that." Right? Then you top it off with the director that came out and said that stupid cryptic shit. Right? People jumped on that as well. But ain't nobody jump on the part where he came back out and said he wasn't talking about Jonathan Majors. Nobody jumps on that. You know what I mean?
Oh, did he say he wasn't talking about Jonathan Majors? I thought he said that Jonathan Majors hadn't been violent.
No, the second one said because Chill did a video about it. In the second video, he said something about he wasn't talking about Jonathan Majors. Like literally he says that.
Oh, can we bring that up?
I'd have to find the video. Hold on. Yeah.
But if you've got it, he's in the chat. If you've got that, that would be great to bring up. I haven't seen that. But yeah, I mean,
Chill's in the chat.
This is the thing. I might be wrong about this. I don't know. I'm never gonna put forward, but this is just something I'm throwing out there. I'm just saying, if this text, if that was the text that, say, Amber Heard sent Johnny Depp, like a similar type of text, I think there would be a witch hunt for her just off that text alone, like a similar type of thing. When it's against somebody who fits their the kind of scenario that some of these guys on the internet, like, relate towards or whatever, and it fits, their kind of thing for this kind of witch hunt against men, they'll go all in, on, very, very little evidence and just be like, tear the woman down, right? Like they'll be like after, and I'm not saying that's right. I don't think you should do that. Like, come out every, with the Amber Turd and the whatever kind of things that they come out with. I don't think that's necessarily right, especially prior to actually, 100% knowing she was lying, because like this was right back in the beginning. But as soon as that tape dropped, she was, hated by the fucking internet, right? This text drops and it hurts Jonathan Majors. So I'm just wondering, is there a little bit of hypocrisy there? And that's all I was bringing up. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying, is there a hypocrisy there? Is there something to look at there?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's because I agreed with a lot of people with the way we was going about the Johnny thing. Like, yo, let's give Johnny a chance. Let's see what he has to say. Let's hear this out. Because from face value, a lot of us, when we hear about a man doing something to a woman, we're always going to jump and assume it's something completely went wrong. It's just a one-sided thing. And in this case, we don't know if this is one-sided like we think it is, because as it was said, they both was coming from a bar. So whatever happened, they were clearly a little bit under some influence, right? Not saying it excuses anything, but they both probably had to been under some influence, drinking a little bit. They leaving in a cab, trying to head home. Some stuff comes up and they get into it in the cab over some nonsense, right? I still want to hear out the situation, because this could be a case where, some people are saying for Johnny and Amber, it was toxic on both sides, or it was straight up the girl who was just being toxic this time and the dude was just trying to defend himself. Or It could just be Jonathan straight up smacked the shit out of her. Could be that. I don't know. But we don't have enough of anything right now for people to say this, and that. There's a lot of people have, other people that come out and say, oh, he did this to me. He did that to me. But what are these people going to be saying? Because the last person who was talking about, that director that came out and said something, he didn't really tell us what abusive stuff Jonathan did. He just said he did abusive stuff. What abusive stuff? Like, what did he
Well,
do?
he actually said it wasn't violent. He just said he was. From what I remember, there was an admission after, but Onzo's even saying that the directors came out later and said he wasn't even talking about Jonathan Majors. So I don't know, but I know that there was a follow up where he said the guy, he didn't do anything violent. It's just he was an asshole or something like that.
So basically, so basically, and this is the thing with people, because people call anything abuse nowadays. Like, not saying, not trying to downplay abuse, but never man. Remember when we was talking about Joss Whedon, right? And we was talking about how, he was douchey, but was he abusive on the set of Justice League? Like, no. Did he come off? He came off as an asshole, but a lot of people come off as assholes. Ryan Reynolds always talks like he's an asshole. Is he abusive?
Well, I think that this is, yeah. I mean, not to go into that very long, but like, abusive to me is either like something like violent, threatening a career. If you don't get your way, like if you threaten someone's career for not getting your way, or you do something violent, or you do something sexual. That for me is what abusive.
Trying to use your power and to take down another person.
But to play devil's advocate like Onzo just did, here's a question to you, Onzo. Do you think that maybe we are reading into it like these racial aspects? Obviously, we are going to do that because, because of our race. But like, do you think perhaps 100%. We're reading into it, these racial aspects, but actually what it is Jonathan Majors just happens to be the unfortunate person who has come after all of these big cases like Marilyn Manson, like, Johnny Depp, like Amber Heard, and that his management team and all of that are just playing it safe, rather than it's like a racial thing. They're just like, okay, we're cutting ties with you for now because we don't know what's happening. And this is just too much for us, and we don't want to.
So 100%, I can say honestly that it possibly could be because he's black, right? 100%. But at the same time, I think we've all been pretty much objective to see that, well, something doesn't actually sit right. But at the same time, we've been through this over and over and over and over again. Sooner or later, the benefit of the doubt is going to not be on the people that's doing the accusing, because it happens to us so many times. Now you got to give us physical proof. You got to, he has to have his day in court, found guilty, like Johnny Depp and everybody else was, Amber Heard, all that shit. Get your day in court. But until then, I'm going to have to kind of side with the other side for this because of all the times it's happened.
Right.
Bring out the proof.
My question is, like, I don't like for me, the way they've acted could only be one of two things. Either they've got a whole lot of more evidence that we don't know about, like, say, for instance, they've seen the stuff in the car, and even if, like, say he was defending himself, it just looks bad or something like that. Right? So say that's what the management and other teams have. That's why they've dropped him. Because that for me was the most shocking thing, that his management team and PR dropped him. And I'm like, absolutely. Wait a second, you're there to protect your guys against specifically when things like this happen. until
but
So, and I'm telling you, man, I don't think Amber Heard's agency dropped her until the court case was finished. I don't think Arnie Hammer was just like, when it dropped like an avalanche of things. And it was much worse than what Jonathan Majors did. And they still didn't drop him as quickly as
hold
they
on.
dropped
Let me
Jonathan
cut you off
Majors.
for a second. I had no idea this shit was going on with Armie Hammy, and I still don't know all of it. I just happened to, start reading some shit about the Jonathan Major stuff, and this shit popped up, and I was like, "Holy fuck, really?" And I haven't really got into it, but I had no idea that shit was going on with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm on Twitter just as much as you guys. I ain't never seen that shit on there talking about him.
Yeah, the only thing I really seen about it was the whole cannibalism allegations against him. People saying he's a cannibal.
Yeah, he sent some text to a girl saying that he wanted to eat something of her, and then the worst thing that he's apparently done was that and this is bad if it's true, and he hasn't defended himself, so I have to assume that it's true. Is that he apparently branded a girl with a Arnie Hammer. Apparently she agreed to do that, but who's going to really agree to do that? Do you know what I'm saying?
Wait, hold on.
I mean, unless she's into some kinky stuff, then I can.
Yeah,
there's some people that be in some kinky stuff.
Branding someone, that's next level, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, but there are people out there that are like that nerd.
Yeah, they did it on Jackass.
Cool. Then why doesn't he defend himself?
I don't know about I don't know about the case.
He should defend himself if
so
that's the case.
The
but
thing.
Even still, his management team didn't drop him until at least 6 or 2 months after, and it was when it was like so terrible.
Right,
like, what was against him, including like R charges.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and all of that.
Yeah, but let me get to the defending part too, because we say this all the time, right? They don't need to defend themselves to us, right? None of these actors and none of these people that are going through this stuff do not need to defend themselves to us. Jonathan Majors is doing it because he was about to blow up. I say he was about to be like the next Samuel Jackson, except he would have had a lot more starring roles, right? Because he was about to be in everything. So they don't need to defend themselves to us. He's doing it.
I'm not saying he needs to defend himself to us. I'm saying he needs to defend himself, period. He hasn't defended himself in court. He hasn't done anything like trying to sue these people, trying to do anything. So
this is the question. Does he have a court case coming? Because if he has a court case coming, I just fucking wait till my court case. I don't give a fuck what the public opinion, what people think. Right? I'll wait till the fucking court case and then I'll defend myself there.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up. But
his is coming on May 8th, so it's coming pretty soon for him. His case.
Who? Armie Hammer?
Oh, well, not Jonathan Major. Not Armie.
Yeah, Jonathan Major, we know, right? And I'm saying Jonathan Majors is doing let's say he's protecting himself. There's a word I'm thinking of, it's just not popping in my head. But he's trying to protect himself, right? Because he's losing his management team, he's losing movies, the amount of movies he lost already, he lost the commercial already. So at this point, it's like, yeah, I better put something out because next is Marvel. You know what I mean? And I think that's the one reason, like that's his saving grace, is the fact that Marvel hasn't dropped his ass yet. Because when Marvel does that, it's done. So I feel this stuff that he putting out now is so that Marvel at least says, okay, you know what? Maybe there's something to this. Let's hold off before they fire him. Because if they fire him, he's done.
Yeah, no, of course. I think that they are holding off for that reason, and that they're right to hold off, but till at least May 8th.
Right.
But I don't see any reason why a management team for these specific charges should be dropping him. unless there's something more. I just don't understand it.
Well,
It's not
you see,
like it's not like he's been accused of the R, word or whatever. Nothing like that has happened. It's a scuffle in a car, and he's saying he's innocent. Plus,
Nerdman.
he was the one who called the police.
That's true.
In the first place.
Nerdman.
I'm just saying
hold on, Nerdman and Kata.
It's either a racial thing or it's they know more.
Yes,
that's all I'm saying.
I am going to say it. Yes, 100%. It's pretty. Well, I won't say has to be, but I'm sure 90% of it is racial. Yes, you gotta understand. And again, these are videos that we've done on YouTube, right? The Kanye West stuff, and we have other people. Her name is Janice Wright, where she comes out and talks about like things in Hollywood. 90% of Hollywood is owned by Jewish white people. So 100% it's racial. I believe that. The reason why they're not waiting and dropping him, why they dropped him. I believe that. 100%. I believe that. Because here's the thing, right? We talk about the video. There's a video. Now, if they come out with the video and it shows him choking her ass, then I'm gonna be like, okay, fine. They made the right choice. You know what I mean? But I'm like, chill. Like, if he's has his phone and she's going for it, and he's like doing a defensive posture, like maybe putting his hand up to protect himself or something, and maybe the pressure he used put bruises on her neck. If that's what we see, then I'm not gonna be mad at the man for that. But now if he's in there's like, come here, bitch, and he's choking her ass out in the taxi cab, then yeah, you're a dickhead, right?
Right.
And then you're gonna believe that. But until that video comes out, I think, you have to. He's innocent until proven guilty.
Right, I agree with that. I completely agree with that. There was something I was what was I gonna say about like I'll remember anyway. But yeah, no, I completely agree with that. But at the same time, I'm just like, I'm not gonna discount that they may have like some kind of evidence that makes them feel that they need to back away at this point.
But here's the thing.
Wait, Anzo, Nerdman, because Bro does bring a good point. Remember when Dana White smacked the shit out of his wife? And I only see people talk about that shit for like at least maybe a day, and then he just kind of just went about his life.
Continued,
with nothing.
Nothing changed.
I don't even think he went to court for it.
No. He hasn't even.
The wife, I presume, wasn't pressing charges, but according to, was he in New York? Because if he was in New York, that's really bad. Because they can press charges. They can press charges on the woman's behalf.
Right. You see, this is the thing. I don't know, because in America it's different. I don't know every state, but usually the DA can press charges whether the woman agrees or not. So I don't know if it's like that in every state over there, but I know the DA can press charges whether or not, and that's something that, and it happened in Vegas. I believe it happened in Vegas. So yeah, I believe she could have still. I believe he still could have got charged, but there was no charges.
Night.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's the double standard when it's one of us. Right? We've seen it many times. When it's one of us, when something happens to one of us where, they kill us or something like that, they try to find a way. It's
somehow
drugs,
our fault. It's
we didn't comply with drugs. You know what I mean? Fentanyl.
But that's why people have to realize why certain black people are reacting like this to Jonathan Majors. Trust me, I'm actually a fan of him now. Because not a fan of him, pardon me. I'm a fan of his performance, should I say. Right. I'm not like a big Majors fan or anything. I think the only thing I've seen him in is Ant-Man. And he was...
What?
Yeah, I know. It's weird. But like his performance in Ant-Man was fantastic. It really was. And I was like, oh my God, this guy could be a real... movie star, and great actor at the same time. So
I watched it again, Nerd Man, and I'm right there with you, man. I was like, watching his scene, like most of what I watched of Ant-Man again, because rewatchable. The movie's kind of
It's trash, right?
I'm not.
It's trash.
It's not trash.
It's trash.
It's
not
lost to ants.
It's not trash, but it's kind
J.
of
Majors is the only good thing about that film, bro. Like,
but his scenes,
he elevates that shit. He really do.
His scenes, like the scene where he's talking to Ant-Man and the daughter where they're in the jail, and MODOK says some shit, and he's like, "Don't talk in my presence." Like, it was really good, right?
And do you know what? It made me realize you're right about the MODOK shit. It was set up earlier. It still was a clumsy conclusion, but it was set up earlier. Like, you know, where he goes, where he turns against what's his
Jonathan
name?
Majors. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But carry on.
Yeah. So I agree. He's a great actor. I believe. Me personally, I've been a fan since I've seen him in Lovecraft Country. The Harder They Fall. I haven't watched Devotion yet, but I've seen a few things he's been in, and I've been like a huge fan since. So I could be going on the perspective of a fan too, but I'm also like,
well, I'm not a fan. I'm just going off like the fact, like that, you know, I worry about like when Black people or anyone gets caught up in these media cycles. These people are vicious.
Yeah.
When it comes to these media cycles of like, let's just tell a story. Like even with Ezra Miller, I'm not even gonna lie. Like you know, when he got caught up in that media cycle, it was just like every day anything they could find. Like, let's put Ezra Miller in the news. People like click on Ezra Miller. Let's make sure like he's in the news somehow. You know what I'm saying? So, and when it's a Black guy, it's even more worrying. And when it's a Black guy and you've got like a potentially malicious DA, district attorney on his fucking ass.
Right.
You know, some kind of feminist warrior like DA, you know, certain of them are like that. And they think they'll do anything to put the guy down if they think, you know, that they're doing this righteous cause of, you know, like protecting the woman or whatever. So that those two are a deadly combination for Black people, and I always worry when they get caught up in that.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Even though, like, I'm coming from the perspective of a fan as well, if you give me something that I can't deny, right? I'm a fan of R. Kelly, but I can't deny the shit that he's done. I don't believe every single thing they say, but I know he's done some bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit here and say, no, he's innocent. I'm just saying right now with the evidence that they've shown me, I'm still going to say, bless you, for real.
Thanks.
I'm still going to say he's innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
You know? So.
No, and it's definitely I have the same opinion. That's how we should proceed, especially since it's May 8th, as Sean has said, when everything, you know, at least the initial kind of things are going to come out. So, but my thing was just looking at what has been presented so far for people to say that it's not the strong, like what the DA brought out with text was bullshit. That should have never been brought out. But what they were saying about the rest of the stuff, you know, because the district attorney hasn't put out anything particularly good, right? Like, oh, we've maybe got some people who, you know, hearsay can say that he was abusive in past. Pure hearsay. We'll see if that gets into court. Unless they've got evidence or they've got police reports, I don't see how you put somebody going, oh, he slapped me once in court. Like, why didn't you tell the police? Why didn't you know? That's just hearsay. And then so that's all they have really. And then they've got a witness. Apparently, the only witness to the crime is the woman who's saying he didn't do anything, whereas
they have the taxi driver too.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. On Jonathan Major's side,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
saying the taxi driver will say that she, in fact, assaulted him.
Yeah.
You know, and it fits in with the kind of texts I saw, you know, from that woman, that she could be like a bit of a, you know, really jealous, you know, crazy girl who's, you know, like found her unicorn, you know, like oh, he's a black movie star, he's handsome, and he's, you know, and all of this kind of stuff. And she could be like a little cray-cray. Do you know what I mean? From the text that I saw, it doesn't, it makes sense to me. And then, you know, you take into account the timeline of things that was said happened. Plus, he was the one who called the police. Taxi driver apparently says that he didn't do it, and, you know, can attest to that she
wait.
was assaulting him.
So
Wait. The cab driver already came out and said he didn't do it.
No. But they're saying
the defense is saying that he's going to say that. Now, if it comes to the day and then the taxi driver don't say that, and that's not even close to what he's saying, like if the taxi driver comes out and says I didn't really see anything or some bullshit like that, then I'm gonna call bullshit on the defense. But if I'm giving the defense, I'm taking at face value what they're saying. That why would you come out and say like he's gonna say that? It's gonna make you look really bad if he doesn't say that. So I'm taking it at face value.
Nerd man, because the defense have been doing that a lot, and that's the thing that I think is stupid on this part about this entire thing and making him look bad, kind of, and like what I've been having a big gripe over, because now they can have like the confidence that all will happen and that they have the proof and stuff, but again, if they make claims like that, they don't know 100% though that it will happen. Like the taxi driver will say that, or they say stuff that is irrefutable, like 200% proof, but can still be proven, and like even if it like looks provable, like by 95%, still has that off chance, and it makes them look bad. And just those tiny things to the public and everything, and just those tiny things, you know, with the U.S. court system can have it unravel, even if it shouldn't. You know, we've seen it before. Like that's what happened before with that Aaron Hernandez case, one of the murder cases before he committed suicide, that he was then proven not guilty of, even though he clearly was, because of something that happened there. So I think they should have just chose better choice of words with some things there.
Well, they're not going to say that maybe the client is.
Right. But and what we need to understand is, yes, they bring this evidence out, right? The DA or the, you know, his
look from the outside.
No, hold on, let me finish because you're gonna no, Jonathan Major's team puts the stuff out, right? But let's not pretend like the DA doesn't have all of this information already, because in the court of law, they gotta share the information. He can't just come to court with some he can't just come to court with some bullshit. So whatever they're putting out, the DA has already. It's nothing new. Yes, there's nothing new.
Yeah, it's called discovery. In fact, defense usually shares discovery because judges are usually pro prosecution anyway, so they will ding defense on anything. So they always share the discovery. If anything, it's the DAs who usually are the ones who are late to share their discovery, and you know.
I did want to add this in real quick.
I was going to say the way we go on.
I didn't want to get too far from it, but
the taxi driver.
Right? This is the thing too, and the taxi driver could say he may have not seen how it started, right? Because mind you, he's driving, paying attention to the road, you know, probably not looking at the rear view enough. He may have not seen how it started, but he definitely probably seen. Obviously, he's seen the whole altercation go down. Them probably getting out the car, or whatever. If they did, who knows? The call, everything. He may not be able to tell us how it started. That's why the video is what will decide how it happened. It's not say that now that taxi driver probably was paying attention. He
Do
probably
we
saw,
know they have a video?
they said it's a
they
video.
say they say
Most of the
now
Ubers and taxis and stuff,
They
everyone has
have a video.
yeah
dash cam.
now
Definitely.
here's the other problem I have. If they have a video, how come the video hasn't come out yet? Right? Because when Ray Rice beat his woman in the elevator, that video came out before the court date, right? All the video stuff that we've had that like prove or whatever, disprove her, they come out. Why hasn't this one come out?
Because we're waiting for the 4K
Yeah,
release.
Probably.
That's just a
Yeah,
court case.
because
Like
that's the thing. Most
they're waiting for
videos
that.
do get like.
I don't think the DA has a case. I'm going to be honest. From what I've seen, yeah. Sorry for cutting you off, Kados.
Well,
you want to go?
What I was just saying real quick, just like what Anzo said, most of this stuff does you can come out. Like this video would have been came out. Like somehow it just this stuff gets leaked. It does.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is that true, William?
It's possible
What?
that TMZ bought the video, that bought the footage. It's
they
possible.
probably did. TMZ been on this. They're the ones who found out the girls at the hospital. They got connections at the hospital.
Yeah, they break all the news.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like you saw the TMZ girls like talking about like the new evidence.
Yeah.
Wait a second. What are we talking about? You've got a DA. If they have a smoking gun with this video, if it's a real smoking gun, then
they would have leaked it.
They probably would have leaked it, and then secondly, they wouldn't be looking for other kind of cases like of people to verify like, oh, he's an abuser and all of this kind of stuff. They won't be looking for that. Let me just clarify. This is from a legal standpoint. I'm not talking from a moral standpoint. I'm not saying he's innocent. It could be the case that the DA has a weak case, but he's actually guilty. I'm not saying that having a weak case means that he's innocent. He's innocent in the eyes of the law, but he might have still done stuff. I'm just saying, from what I've seen, it looks to me like the DA has a weak case.
So
from what's come out.
Here's what I wanted to say, right? Because you brought it up earlier and I forgot, but now. So we talk about all of a sudden new victims are coming out, right? I find it funny that they're coming out now, and it seems to me like this is how it always starts. One person comes out and there's like a whole bunch of other people like, oh yeah, you're right, he did this, and that's where I come with the witch hunt type of shit. You know what I mean? Like they call it buck breaking, and it seems to me like he was getting big. I mean, Jonathan Majors could have possibly been one of the biggest actors in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think he was on that type of trajectory. I think he was definitely on that path. And it just seems to me like this is a way to bring him down. And the other thing is, no matter what happens, whether he's found innocent, this will always stay with him. No matter what.
Right.
The people will always say, yeah, but that one time he did this, right? And
they made up their minds.
Right. And it'll always stay with them. And the one thing I will say, and I know this is going to sound bad, and I don't mean it to sound bad, but I honestly think, and it's not because okay, let me put my words. I think Black men, when they become famous, they need to stay away from the white women. Not because they're dangerous, but I think because the way Hollywood tries to get you is by putting these plants in there. I believe a lot of these white women in there are plants. I watched a video with Judge Joe Brown where he actually talked about that, right? So there's a little bit of truth in Hollywood about these plants. I'm not saying they're all white, but it seems to be a majority of them are white, and they're getting the black guys. I just think you
I
have
don't
to be
know. I don't
very.
know about that.
I
But
just
like,
think you have to be. I just think you have to be very careful about being in that industry when you are our color.
Is there a documentary based on that?
no,
No, it's a
it's a
video.
YouTube video.
Oh,
It's a YouTube video.
But I
So,
don't know about all that. But I do
so
think
the,
that
I'll explain the video.
you have to be weary about the relationships you get into. Be safe.
Yes,
You know,
but I'll ex-
if you're because yeah, like the
I'll explain
problem
the video a
is when
bit.
it's
Hold on.
black man, white woman, it's a bad combination when it comes to media because the media will fuck like black guys or even like ethnic guys when it comes to,
Hmm.
but specifically black guys. When it comes to white women and an ethnic minority, like
Right,
it's
but I
not you
but
don't want that smoke.
right, and not only that is that's what brings the drama, right? Now, we've known that if it's a black person, another black woman, it's not the same kind of outrage, right? Because look how long it took for them to get R. Kelly because he was dealing with a bunch of black kids, right?
Right.
They let that shit go for years. If there had been one
Also,
white
the
girl
parents was in on
involved
it too.
in that, yes, if there had been one white woman involved in that, I promise you he would have went to jail that first fucking time. You understand? So there's a
Yeah,
little bit of
if what's her name? What's her name? The a, ki- a, cu-
which one?
this girl that he used to manage, and he
Oh,
married when she
Alea,
was 15.
Alea,
Leah, if
Alea.
she was white, that would have been game over for him.
100%, 100%.
See
Right.
that
So
R. Kelly he's very careful with his targets. Very despicable.
he was very careful with his targets. Absolutely, he made sure there was no really father figure in the house and all that. But you can get onto that to the R. Kelly stuff. But my thing is this, right? Like Judge Joe Brown, he said, and take it with a grain of salt because the guy also said some stupid shit he said too, right? But because I've done videos on this for like 3 or 4 weeks in a row, me and Roberto on the OOC, I kind of think there's some truth to it. So when he started doing his show, right, he went to a party. And when he went to a party, it was claimed, he claims, I'm not going to say, but he claims that there was a woman there who was told she would get some money if she went and, tried to dance with him, and then ended up saying that he touched her inappropriately. That's his claim, right? All these people that I've read, like I've done videos on in
Mm.
Hollywood and where they talk about, that's their claim. But at some point, if you're gonna say that a director can come out and say something about Jonathan Majors after
Mhm.
an allegation of beating someone is smoke, then you would have to say that 3 or 4 industry people coming out saying something, there's got to be a little bit of something there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's all I'm saying about that. So I don't know how
Well,
true it is or anything, but at the same time, I think we need to protect ourselves more.
well, I'll finish by saying this: the evidence that was presented by the DA so far is weak.
Yeah,
So I don't, but that's fine. They could be saving stuff for the actual
because
court. They could be saving stuff, but
their
wait.
okay.
Uh, uh, That's weak, and they could be saving that for the court case. That's fine. The evidence of the texts that the defense put out, that's weak evidence because we all know how that could be interpreted. And I agree with people who say that you can interpret it like that. I don't know why they're choosing to jump to that conclusion. I can say like, yeah, you can interpret it like that, but that doesn't mean that's the case. But whatever, that was weak evidence. It never should have been put out there. But the stuff that the defense put together recently, if you take out every statement that is, what Jonathan Majors said, and you just look at the narrative that was presented, like, so anything that Jonathan Majors said obviously is suspect because he's obviously going to say like he's innocent. But just look at the taxi driver, the photos of her in the club, and what they were saying about the police coaching her, right? Like, if they can show that, I think that's pretty fucking strong evidence. So I don't know why people are looking at it in the same light as they're looking at the texts. It looks like a much stronger case than what the you know, and also, sorry, pardon me, and also the woman coming out and saying, look, he didn't do anything, right? Like, so she's not going to be a witness for the prosecution. So take all of those things into account, and I don't think they really, I think they have a desperation case, the DA at the moment.
Yeah,
and you know what?
So what were you going to say? K-Dots was going to say something.
Oh yeah.
Well, because at the end of the day, as I said, freak all the other shit. The only strong evidence in this case is that damn video. All they need is a video. That video probably don't got shit. They're probably gonna have to do mental gymnastics with that video. If they need all this other stuff just to pin it on this dude. It's like, let's say I break into Nerdman's house. Nerdman has cameras set up in his house. And you know, there's allegations against me that I broke into his house and did this and did that. And they clearly bring up
what
the
did
video
you do to him?
I stole his DC movies. And there's footage that shows clearly me break into his house, my face, everything. That's all the evidence.
You don't need other people to corroborate.
You don't need nothing else. That's all the evidence you need. You don't need nothing else
as well. Right. Like,
Yeah, but you're missing a key important thing, though, you know, because then we looked up what you stole, and it was the Suicide Squad, which he doesn't like. So, you know,
I mean, all the DC movies.
Your joke got cut off.
I'm gonna keep those.
Your joke got cut off. What was your joke? I want to hear the punch.
Oh, God damn it. No, I was saying then we saw a close-up, though, of what K-Dots stole. And it was obvious that he didn't actually steal. It was his all along because he stole copies of the Suicide Squad, which we all know you wouldn't own.
But yeah, it's just, I now mind you, this is why, you know, I'm not part of this legal stuff. So why a lot of us are not qualified for it.
No,
but
we know the law, bro.
But as a
we're talking like
but see, as an individual, just a regular person, an average Joe, if there is clear evidence on something, I myself can look at it and say, okay, you're guilty or you're innocent. Like, people, they're going to play their mental gymnastics with this situation. And maybe maybe, you know, this video may not be all BS, but just like you guys said earlier, they need all these witnesses. Well, it's not to say they needed them, but the fact that they're getting all these witnesses and stuff as if that's going to help their case, does the video should already do that. If the video, because that's why I don't think the video shows us exactly Jonathan straight up whoosh, out of nowhere. I think it might be.
I think it might be just like a bad angle or something, and you can't make out what's happening. That's my because I think either the defense or the DA would have released it by now if it was you know, they would have leaked it somehow. Like the defense certainly would have if it was just exonerating completely, and the DA definitely would have because they like to win in the court of public opinion, you know, because they're vindictive. They're like, oh, if we can't win in the court, we'll fuck him in the court of public opinion. That's how they are, you know. So I think that would have been leaked if it showed either way, you know, because it could be just a bad angle. But just a funny thing, I was gonna say, like, I can't remember the comedian, but he talks about like how black people, like, because of our situation, we all know the fucking law so well. He was I think when it comes to these things, it's like it's interesting to hear black people's perspective on it because we have to know the law this well. You know, like we have to be like up on like what the different things are. You know, don't say anything when you go into the police station. Just wait for your lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to be up on all of that shit.
Just wait for it. Because we talked about it on, I think it was your stream, Nerdman, and it doesn't seem like, well, it's obviously Jonathan's lawyer cares more about it, but freak public opinion. Because at the end of the day, with public opinion, even if he's found innocent, people who think he's guilty is still going to think he's guilty.
Yeah.
If he's found guilty, the people who thought he was innocent is still going to believe he's innocent, regardless of anything. It's the same thing with Michael Jackson. People still think Michael Jackson did those crimes he's accused of. I don't know if he did, but there's no proof that he did it. Macaulay Culkin and all these other people got called out on lying. The FBI failed many times trying to investigate him. So I don't, or maybe the FBI probably just sucks at their job, right? And Michael just got away with it. But I don't know for a fact if he did it. No one knows.
There's no proof. There's absolutely no proof. Zero.
So in this case, freak public opinion. It's at this point, it doesn't matter what the court opinion is, because they're the ones who decide, what's guilty or innocent. Now, mind you, with the law, there's people who get wrongfully convicted of shit and deemed guilty based off of BS evidence and all that, and we come to find out, years later they're innocent, right? But in this case, this is why, this is why they don't let anybody close to you sit on the jury. They let random people do it. People that don't have no connection to you. Some people get paid off in those juries, but there's a reason why you don't have your family members in that jury or friends, because they're going to be biased and they're going to say, no, he didn't do it. That
was the thing. Thank you for reminding me. That was the one thing I was going to say that worries me about this Jonathan Majors case. Why has his family and friends not come out in his defense? That worries me about this guy. And I'm not saying maybe they're waiting for a date or whatever.
So I was talking to somebody about this the other day regarding that. So his mom, he grew up on a military base. His dad has been out of his life for years. Like, he's been gone for like 17 years. I think his dad is dead. And his mom is like some pastor. So he probably doesn't have a deep connection with his family like that anymore. Because when I was talking to my friend about it yesterday, if he probably was very rebellious when he grew up, because you look at the views he has, that doesn't go in line with like a church going mother. That's a pastor. The views he has. Not saying he doesn't respect his mother or love his mother, but really look at it. The way he speaks in interviews, acts and stuff.
He doesn't have a sister, brother, nothing like that. He's the only child.
Not that I know of. I mean, he should have he does have a son. He has a child. He has
that's nothing. He's not going to bring out his son to.
Yeah, not his son, but he does got a baby mama.
But what about his baby mother?
But here's the thing, though, Nerdman. Whose other family members came out to talk about these situations?
Well, most of them, like when you look at the Johnny Depp case, it was like the family, the daughter immediately came out. It's like, what are you talking about? This is bullshit. Johnny Depp would never do that.
What about Ezra? Did someone come out in that situation?
I think Ezra Miller's family did come out. They did come out. They at least what they said was they're looking for him and they want him to come home and blah blah blah, and like that kind of stuff. It's like he had some kind of support system around him of people saying like, yeah, no, like he didn't. He didn't do the worst things that people are saying. Like
I don't see that as a big deal though. Like I just don't.
I'm not saying it's not. It's about my perception of him, like morally rather than legally. I don't think it's a problem for him.
What are you watching?
What's going on?
Sorry, my bad.
I don't think it's.
What rap was that?
Nothing. It was just a video.
Yeah, I don't think it's a problem for him legally. I think it's a it's a
Yeah, I
problem
know,
where
I
I'm
know. I'm
like,
not saying legal.
I'm trying to weigh up all the things that I see about this case and just go like, is there something odd about this guy? Is he got some weird thing where he likes to beat up chicks or something? Because if there wasn't, you would expect. I mean, even OJ
Oh yeah, I
Simpson,
forgot his mom did come out.
even OJ Simpson's family fucking came out for him and were like, no, there's no way he fucking did it. You know what I mean? Like his daughter, like all of these kind of people came out in his defense. Mom, blah blah blah. Like to have nobody come out for you, I feel like, does that show that maybe there is potentially history where people know he is a bit of a,
Absolutely not.
I don't know.
Well, what Nermi have to factor in, he probably doesn't have a strong relation with his family. Like I said, his dad left for 17 years and like literally left him out of his life.
Okay, all right, maybe that's the reason then.
And like I said, look at the way he speaks and acts. It's very much a free thinking mindset. Like that is not the he does not have the mind of someone who who grew up with a church going mother. I'm not saying what he thinks is bad. I mean, I mean him have a similar thought process, but it doesn't line up. So that's why I think when he was growing up, he's probably a very rebellious kid. He grew up on an army base. It probably has some very strict upbringing, and then all this other stuff.
Yeah, true. But that's it for me. I'm done until May 8th. I'm open to find out what this DA has, basically, and if it isn't just what it seems to be on the face value of, like, they don't want to lose now. You know what I mean? Like DAs are like that. They're just like, they can be vindictive. It's like, oh, they thought it was a big thing. They thought it was a big case. Oh, we've got a movie star. It's part of our whole Me Too thing. We can come out like champions and heroes of the, abused woman. And then they find out, oh shit, we don't have anything, And then they're too far along with the train, in that direction, that they just aren't willing to change paths and just go, hey, we don't have anything, we're going to drop it.
With these district attorneys and stuff, right? Like getting stuff like celebrities and big time drug dealers and stuff, this is cheddar
Career
for them.
making.
This is these are those career defining moments for them. Like, okay, just imagine, look at it for this DA. The DA Harvey Dent takes down up and coming rising star Jonathan Majors, and he also is the reason for his quick downfall. That headline was so. That's the headline. The DA that took down one of the quickest rising stars.
Yeah, big MCU Marvel star. Yeah.
So absolutely. People forget it's not that there's a money factor into it too. Take out the justice factor, because not a lot of these people. That's why I say, for the most part, the law can be bullshit, because a lot of them are just trying to line their pockets. They don't really care about the justice aspect. Same as the people that aren't in it, just like the court of public opinion. People don't really care about hearing the truth, hearing the actual truth. There's always that factor of money. That's why I say, what's the motive behind everybody when it comes to these situations? Is it money first? Is it justice first? What is it? And most of the time, on both sides, it ends up not being justice and the truth first, which it should always be. It should always be the truth first. Yeah. But sadly, it's not.
And it's like this is you know what? I don't want to go into this, but I hate the adversarial system of law. I feel like it's just terrible, because what it's about for lawyers isn't about the truth. It's about who wins. You know what I'm saying? There should be more incentive for lawyers to be able to go, you know what? We were wrong.
Right.
What?
Because the fact that there's no incentive for that means they don't give a fuck. If they get you in their little fucking web, they will never let you out, because they want another notch under their belt rather than to tell the truth.
Like, remember when Kanye was losing all this stuff and he tried to hire the lawyer that Johnny Depp had? She turned it down. we probably know why she turned it down. Not saying she had to take it up, but she already took it down because, like, yeah, I'm not trying to defend this guy and have his, what he's saying. I don't want to be associated with that. That's her opinion. She can feel how she wants, but I can at least respect that because it's like, okay, you're not just because if I was a lawyer, I'll be honest with you. If I had to defend R. Kelly and I saw the video of him pissing on a girl, I'm sorry, I'm not finna sit there and defend that. I'm not trying to look stupid. I get it, it's my job, but I can't make no excuses for you pissing on a little girl. What am I supposed to say?
You can't help yourself looking stupid, so don't worry about it. You just do
it. And first off, if you making $500 an hour to defend R. Kelly, you're gonna put the best defense possible.
I mean, I will try.
No, I know.
Yeah, I don't really know what I would do, but it's going to be because I already can't do it as is. Now, if you're paying me to do it, that's a different thing. But even then, because there's a lot of money I will turn down. I'm telling you, I turned down money before when I probably needed it or deserved it.
Come on, there's worse things. You could be in like the first episode.
But I can't
don't turn down money for sucking Nerdman's cock, right?
I'll totally accept
you don't turn money down for that.
It could be in the first episode of Better Call Saul where you have to defend those students there with the severed head, all right? There's worse things,
but that's why
how much did you turn down? What was it? $300 from Bennigan's? Or what are you talking about? What did you turn down? You turned down a major sponsorship deal? Or?
Well, I'm talking about just in general. Like, let's say someone offered me some money to, do something that I didn't agree with. I've turned it down many times. Because, it's that moral aspect that comes in. Yes, I'm getting paid for it. But just because I'm getting paid for it, I'm going to still feel some type of way about it. If I see a video of my client,
the son I've raised, I'm so proud right now. The MCU came to him and tried to give him money to make his YouTube channel pro MCU, and he turned those bitches down. Now, I didn't get the offer, and obviously I would do the same thing. You know me. Anyway.
Listen,
Mikey.
I said this many times, and I'll say it again, right? If you pay me enough, I will turn my channel into the new Geeks and Gamers. I will trash everything about the MCU every day, all fucking day, and secretly love it. I'll do it.
And what would you collab with Ryan Kinnell?
That's what's actually happened. Don't get it twisted, guys. That is actually what has happened with Anzo. That's why he says crazy shit like the Dark Knight's trash.
And this is why I say there's levels to it, right? Because it's not like Anzo saying, R. Kelly paid me a bunch of money to keep quiet about it. So I'll just pay me a bunch of money to trash on some movies. And it's from a film standpoint, and people who like films, it's like, damn, dude, you're being really fucked up and shitty. But it's like, nah, you're just shitting on.
Nah, there's one thing I would never do. I'd never change my. Like if somebody tried to pay me
your morals
to do a one of those become like a black Republican or something like that,
and black people.
You
can be that blacks for Trump guy in the crowd.
No.
Because then you're cold.
What's her name?
Candace Owens.
Candace Owens. I could never do that. I don't even think, even if I wanted the money, I don't think I could do it. I just wouldn't be able to physically.
I wouldn't do it either. But that would just turn you into Cole.
What have I ever done?
Huh?
What have I ever done? Come on now.
He's an honorary Black Panther.
No. Hold on. Do I have to go back to my stream where you said that little slavery joke there?
What? Hey, I didn't say I would say it. I'm just saying, watch that slip out of someone's mouth one day.
Aren't you the one with the ancestors and the trees? What did you say the name of your tree was?
I just said I have black people in my family tree. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There's still pain in there.
You see?
No. But No. How much would you need to be paid though, Anzo, to do a collab with Ryan Kittle?
Depends.
How much?
Depends. Give me a couple million. I'll do it.
Honestly,
you didn't
honestly,
say I had to be nice to the man. I'll do it.
Well, what about being nice and going to the statue with him and saying, "Yeah, I agree, brother"?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that.
You're Brazilian.
For $1 zillion? Oh, fucking right, I would. Yeah, for $1 zillion?
Yeah, and then you would pay a hitman afterwards to take care of him.
And then I would just make a bunch of videos after that. After I get my money, I'll make a bunch of videos on him.
Anyway, should we go on to our next topic, or
what's that?
Oh, you know the next topic, don't you?
Oh, the car. Okay.
You want to go to something serious to this caca.
Chill if you want to join. The link is in the group chat.
Chill. So
oh no! Now we're gonna have another 3 hours of fucking J Majors, man.
Yeah, I know. So if you haven't shortened that one before, Nerd Man, I sent you that one as well. But yeah.
All right, you guys.
Yeah.
We have.
I think you said you already shortened that one though.
Nerdman and Anzo possibly have a stream coming up at some point where they're going to rank movie vehicles, range from the Millennium Falcon to Dominic Toretto's Dodge Charger, just great movie vehicles. So it's kind of like a what would you call it? We're just tournament. Just a pre-selection tournament for this stuff. And they do the stream where they take all the ones they picked out and
exactly. And we thought we'd talk to you guys as well, like in the chat as well. Get some ideas for your favorite movie vehicles so that we can compile a list, and then we're gonna have the tournament on Anzo's channel. So we thought it would be a fun discussion to put those together. Shall we do?
Wait. When you say, so it can be any vehicle in general, right? So like, let's say any vehicle, Millennium Falcon, those Tron.
Yeah. I think you said that like 3 times already. See, this is the DCU side of K-Dot coming up.
I'm just making sure because the vehicles I'm bringing up, they may not count, but
no anime shit.
Nah, that shit count. Don't pull
no
that
anime shit.
What about the Akira bikes?
And these are only live action. So we don't have any anime shit.
Wait. Can we at least let American animated stuff?
What do you mean American animated stuff?
Like
cars and stuff.
That like the Simpsons car, like the Flintstones thing.
Well, the Flintstones
you sent me a list with. You sent me a list before.
Yeah, I sent you in DMs.
Well, the Flintstones was a live action.
There was one with pictures on it, where it has the pictures. Where's the one with the pictures?
I didn't send you one with. Oh, you mean one of the article links?
Yeah, there was an article and it had the pictures in it.
Well, I don't remember that. I just sent you the one after.
Damn, chill out here looking silky smooth, my brother.
Thank you, my brother.
Brother Matumba.
Eid Mubarak. Any Muslims celebrating on this blessed day? I want to talk majors.
Wait, chill. I have a question. You don't. I already know your hair curls up, but you don't put any like activator and stuff in it to give it extra.
Activator.
Activator? What are you talking about? Like, why would he?
Because his curls like extra like curly today. Like they extra, lush.
Let me see. I haven't even looked at this, brother Matumba.
I actually combed it in the shower with like a conditioner.
Put some gel in it and shit.
No, it wasn't gel.
What is this? Where are you getting all these Jerry curls from? You using Soul Glow?
No, see, today I maintained my hair. I actually cared.
With your Soul Glow.
So Majors, obviously, he's dealing with a woman who's got similar hair with that was a bad segue. But listen, what I'm trying to just get at is that no matter what he does or what he says, there's just an enemy out there who wants to put him down. There's a variety person working there making articles like he's losing. Some women are cooperating with the DA. What does cooperating mean? I'm cooperating right now with all of you guys. It doesn't mean that you co-sign everything that I've ever done. And you could be answering no to every single question. Were you dating him and did he beat you? No, he wasn't beating me. Did he ever yell his voice at you? No, he never yelled his voice at me. That woman is cooperating with the DA. And all of a sudden, Variety wanted to do a little article targeting him. When it goes to TMZ, you guys remember when, maybe you didn't watch my video, but at the TMZ kind of staff room where everyone gives their opinion, there were still people going, well, we got to wait and see. Hold on a minute. And I'm like, no matter how much evidence, this guy's providing screenshots. This guy's providing what I'm trying to say, tangible evidence. And on the other side, if you're trying to be down on Majors, there's nothing. There's opinion. There's no tangible anything. And all I know right now is what he's provided, which were alleged text messages, which may turn out to be true. We'll see on May 8th. Some screenshots of her at the club after the event. And the fact that he's the one who called 911. It doesn't look like there's any... Hanzo?
Didn't you do a video where you said the dude came out and said that he wasn't talking about Jonathan Majors? I tried to find a video earlier.
Right? Like everything's hearsay about some guy who... A.B. Allen was the name of the director, and then there was another one named Tim Nikolai. Okay, cool. You guys wanted to feel all good on March 25, right after he was accused of these things and arrested? All right, and you guys wanted to come out and say some stuff? Cool, live with it now. Because it turns out this woman who recanted her statement was coerced by a cop, allegedly. This is what Majors is claiming. And because we saw a screenshot of the cop body cam of her, and she was all okay. It turns out they have footage of the body cam. They're going to show you that 19 times she says, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. And then I hope it's going to be very clear that the cop was coaching her, being like, hey, so he choked you, right? He strangled you? Yeah. I hope that it's that clear because it is on the vantage point is right over here. So we're not going to be able to see the actual cop's face doing the motions. We can't see if he ever winks at her. We can't say if he ever, you know what I mean? So it's going to be hard. It may be hard or it may be easy. We got to see the footage. But I'm everything right now. My attention is at this dirty cop, this bad apple.
I mean, it's New York. It's New York. All
I'm with you.
all them New York cops. This is why New York, as they say, the role play for getting movies is full of rats. You got the people that snitch out there. You got the little rats that literally walk and hop on the subway trains and commute with the people. And you got the police. You got so many rats in New York in general. You got the blue collar rats, the police, the gang members, the rats. New York is full of rats. If you live in New York, I'm sorry to have to disrespect your city, but it's true. It's a fact. New York is full of rats. There's some good people there, but New York is New York, Florida, Chicago got to be one of the worst cities in America.
He's saying this from San Francisco. You guys are the target of a lot of hate also.
Whoa. Just because the Cash App CEO got stabbed does not mean anything. Okay? That happens all the time.
It was an accident.
Yeah. Why was he walking outside by himself at night anyways? That's his fault. Rest in peace to the dude. But
okay,
I think he was set up.
By the way, go.
The last thing to say is that the cop probably racially motivated. He sees a white woman with someone who she's not supposed to be with. The genetics of the white race is lessening. This is dangerous. What's he gonna do to her? He probably watched all those hateful blackface movies back in the days, and he said, "Nah, I gotta police this situation. I gotta make it right." Definitely, in my opinion, I'm certain that it's racially motivated. It goes deep.
You know what gets me? It's really crazy because I'm a big fan of peruser of Pornhub. I have a little community there, much like this one.
I unironically
do you know racist?
What's the website called? Pornhub.
But you know that racists
What's on that?
Go on the you know that racists go on the BBC,
the BBC,
British Broadcasting Corporation.
For the best news.
I thought we were talking about some other
with white women or whatever. They go on those videos and post racist shit. And I'm like, Why are you watching that shit, guys? I don't
Because they
understand.
like it. They love seeing a brother. They love seeing a brother just plow down on some, just it will dominate a Caucasian woman or any woman. They love seeing it. They're like, I wish that was me.
Oh no,
Why? Why can't it be me?
But it's so hilarious. I'm just like,
this reminded me of there's this video I have that I'll show you guys afterwards. I thought it was pretty hilarious, but I can't show it on here because it's
Wait. Before we do get into it, I do need to bring this up. It's good news. It's not like this stops anything, but some good news. So, leader of the KKK is finally died. Don't know how, but he died. Good news. It does not mean the KKK is going to fall apart, but yeah.
Oh, that's sad. I had seen some interviews with him. He seemed like a nice guy.
Isn't that fucking Cole's father?
Oh shit!
I'm just saying it would be funny to just jokingly join him.
Sorry, Cole. Cole says Cole's eulogy. He wasn't a perfect man, but he was my father.
Yeah.
And
what's good with you, Jerry?
And he helped out our family tree.
Yeah. Hey, I mean,
you know what? I wonder what his family will say at this dude's funeral. Well, he wasn't perfect, but yeah, he was our father.
It was a founding father. Listen, that T is for tolerance.
He hung up more Negroes than anybody else in the country.
Listen, that T is for tolerance. All right.
Oh my gosh!
Why does he look like that? What a face! That face doesn't look like he should be racist. He's like, this is like
that looks like
nerdy
a
guy.
Oh my!
Like some nerdy. He looks.
No, he
like an accountant. He looks like an accountant, doesn't he?
He actually looks like he should be an ally to black people. No, all right, that is probably how he was infesting himself in in the black people's dealings and stuff, by pretending to look the part, look kind of nerdy, and don't give off that impression. Then when he goes around his friends, he's like, I got him. I was in their park earlier and I saw them jumping all over the playground and shit.
Hey, listen, I'm sure they made some good barbecue food, all right?
Hey, so question. Serious question about this tournament, pre-selection tournament thing.
Yes.
Are you more excited to do detectives or cars and vehicles? What would be the better one to do?
Actually, more interested in cars personally.
I think detectives have more options.
Well, okay.
So it would be TV and movie detectives, or it would be like Columbo or Jessica Fletcher, and that kind of stuff, or it would be cars. And I love the way Onzo is silent. It's like Onzo. It's like I'm doing this like for your channel.
Whatever you guys want to do, I'm good.
I'm high. Doesn't matter to me. Okay. So you're saying detectives, Chillmonger, and you're saying cars.
When you say cars, any car, a Batmobile is a car. Like
it's basically vehicles, because it's like we want Millennium Falcon in there as well.
I mean, you would have to add it too, because when you sent me that,
you can't call it cars.
Yeah, because when you sent me that nerve band and I did the list that we have right now, you just said cars, so I added some motorcycles and stuff, but it's pretty much just cars.
The Tron motorcycles.
Yeah, stuff like the Chips motorcycles and Easy Rider.
Real quick, since we're on vehicles, I'll never forgive none of y'all for letting that Tron movie fail.
Which
Tron Legacy.
The latest one made by Disney.
Tron
The
Legacy.
second one? That's garbage.
Nah, it wasn't garbage.
No, it was solid, yeah. And they had that.
It was look, it was
Wait,
all
what?
right. It wasn't trash. It was.
Wait, what? It was solid? No, that movie was garbage. What are you guys talking about?
The second?
Yes, there's only two
what's-
Tron movies.
What? How was it garbage? It did a solid job. It didn't do a great job,
No,
but
it's
Yeah,
a solid job at doing what?
what? It did the basics competently. And then it did some pretty great things. And with the
You see,
technology for its time.
this is what I tell you about fucking Cole and his fucking bad taste in movies.
No, the problem is I look at all aspects. You look at just like 5. That's the thing there.
Okay, so
What all
even
aspects
if I were
do you
to-
look at?
Thank you.
What all aspects do you look at? He always talks about shots, doesn't he? Like the film shots are like terrible. It's like, what film shots were terrible? What are you talking about? Give me
The fucking
context.
Tron was
the
a
fucking-
beautifully shot movie.
The
though.
story was fucking garbage.
What did you want from a Tron movie? Of course, the story isn't great.
Like the original Tron. The original Tron was great. What are you talking about?
Not looking back on
The
it.
original Tron was great.
It
The
has
original Tron.
aged horribly.
The original Tron is great. Okay, because it's a movie in the 1980s, but the story and everything is good. You're telling me at the end of this movie that fucking woman who was created in the video game ends up coming out into the real world? Get out of here with that.
Yeah, well, they didn't explain it because they wanted to make sequels, but yeah, that was a little weird. But saying like stuff like like the father and son angle is pretty good, and the villain is pretty all right. Like there's some dumb moments. Yes, again, I'm not saying it's a great film. I'm saying it's just a competent film, basically, in my opinion. But I mean, there was a lot of dumb story stuff in the original Tron as well, even for its
like
time.
What?
But like many things, even for its
Come
time,
on, give me examples. I gave you
an
an example of something that was dumb.
Okay, look, how about this? I'll rewatch the old Tron tonight, and I'll get back to you. How about that? Because it's been a little while, and I want to make sure. And then if I see it and I'm like, actually, this for its time, this is a pretty great story, then I'll admit it.
Go right ahead. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you.
All right, whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
There, man. You never seen the original Tron?
I heard it was terrible, so I just didn't.
Because of the visual effects, so people don't give it a chance. But I mean, even then, I didn't think it was that great. But
all I know is it's not as good as The Dark Knight.
Get the fuck out of here.
So good. Let's go. Should we do this vehicles thing?
Yeah, let's go.
So should we start? I don't feel like doing nothing right now. If we want to do this vehicle thing, you gotta admit that The Dark Knight is garbage. Right now.
Oh hell nah.
Right now, nerd man. I'm waiting.
Nerd man.
I want to hear it.
Wait. The Dark Knight is garbage.
Oh, you see, there we go. Okay, we can continue now.
and we can clip that out.
The documentary about the shooting at Aurora. Anyway, okay.
Oh my god.
It's okay. I got what I needed.
Yeah, we can clip
keep
it
the
out.
stream up. Yeah.
You're gonna add that to
I'll
your
make sure to hide this.
Absolutely.
Make sure this evidence don't get
I'm
out
clipping
there.
it.
Okay, so it was actually really not a good documentary. I mean, I'm not talking about the tragedy. It was, obviously awful and whatever.
Well, I mean, look, he saved them from seeing a bad film, so.
All right, let's share this. The problem I have with the vehicles is these people are all over the map, and there's ones without pictures, and I think that will be boring for people to watch. So,
well, I can, if they bring up the names, I'll just try to find the pictures and bring them up.
Yeah, well, you can look at the
wait,
list
hold
I
on.
gave you, K-Dots.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh, you're talking about now, because I'm not going to be bringing up no pictures on the stream.
No, not on the street.
Okay,
I'm talking about now. We could do that because the list that Cole sent, the list that Cole sent is really good, but it's got no pictures in it, so
Yeah, well,
it's going to be really
you
boring.
just need to add a few to it, like the Millennium Falcon, if you want to. But.
Yeah. So let's just start like straight off. Is there any that you would definitely want on? And who's good? Can somebody write the list? I can't write it at the moment. How can I do this? Because we need to put down the ones that we actually decide on.
Well, I may not be a part of the tier list. Was Cole, was you gonna be a part of it?
I'll do it. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, again, everybody's deciding on this.
Okay, so good. We're good to go. So, is there any car that you would definitely want on it that you don't think is going to be on a greatest that people would have forgotten about that you think should be a contender?
I want fuck, which car is it? I think I know it's one of the James Bond movies, the one where
Goldfingers.
The one where the car goes underwater.
Yeah, I think we have
that one is so sick. It's The Spy Who Loves Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that one.
So yeah, that one was on the list. I was worried that wouldn't get on the list because Roger Moore is like up and down with people, but that's his best movie and actually the best Bond movie, low key. But yeah, Spy Who Loves Me car that goes under the water, fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
I can actually show an image, I think, of that car. I think it's actually here. I'm right. My one, while we're doing this, my one would be
Wait, what the hell? Good scroll up, Nerdman. Just one.
Yeah, Breaking Bad. I don't know. It's like it's weird.
Really?
This list.
Oh my gosh, this list about to be trash.
The list was, I swear, it was. That's why I was saying TV Detectives is actually interesting. Where was The Spy Who Loves Me? Come on, should be one of these next ones.
Yeah, so Lotus, this Esprit World, 1976.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there we go.
That was a sick car. That was a sick.
I agree.
My one was the truck. I need to find the name. It's not Christine. You'll know it. What was Spielberg's first movie? Quickly, I've just forgotten the name off the top of my head.
Hey, that car.
Cole, I'm asking. Cole.
Oh, the Sugarland Express, you mean?
Next one with a big car, with a big truck. That's following a guy.
Oh, Duel. Are you talking about?
Duel, exactly. The truck from Duel, I think, is not going to be on any lists, and I think that deserves to be on there because it's just monstrous and scary. I've never seen like a vehicle used in such a great way, like to such great effect of just being like a horror villain.
I got a car that deserves to be on this list. Cannot forget about this one.
Okay.
This car
is TV or movie, by the way.
This from a movie, the Jeepers Creepers truck. This truck definitely deserves to be on the list. That shit is iconic.
Why? I thought it was gonna be a Transformers car.
Nah, I mean, I would pick. I pick is Optimus Prime or Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Oh, Creepers truck. So we haven't decided yet. We still have to decide between each other if we're gonna vote these ones on or not. So Jeepers car.
Jeepers Creepers truck.
Jeepers Creepers car. I knew I was saying that wrong. Okay.
Just remember though, however many we do vote on for like either TV show or movies, we didn't have to even it out on the other side, so we have to add some extras for the other one. If you want to add extras to it.
Mystery Machine.
It was
on there.
Scooby-Doo movies. The Mystery Machine was in both of them.
I thought he meant from Mystery Men, the superhero movie.
Nope.
No, it's a Mystery Machine Scooby-Doo. Okay, gotcha.
Goliath from Knight Rider.
Wait, that's not even. That's the new Knight Riders, right? That's not the old one, the old school one.
No, it's the old school one. Goliath.
Really? What was Goliath?
Was the truck?
Yeah, this one here.
Oh shit!
I got a picture of it.
Fucked up kit.
You mean the one from like the Stephen King film or the show?
No, from the show. Yeah, that's it.
Oh fuck! I remember that as well. Yeah, it was like the enemy of the Knight
Yeah,
Rider.
it was.
Right? Like
It was.
Death.
Yeah, it was. David Hasselhoff playing his I think a
Well, I mean,
twin or
wanted to
something
do
like that.
just one for each, and I'm pretty sure we added the main vehicle for Knight Rider. So,
Nah, you gotta put that one on there too, though.
I mean, okay, if not people want it.
So Christine, Dre Mark saying Christine, yeah,
that's
like
on there.
that's gotta be on there. Yeah, definitely. That shit was dope. That car.
This car here, just so everybody can see for reference.
Yeah, there's so many cars I don't know the name of. I know the character who drives it. I know Lightning McQueen. Is that him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is the Christine car.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. The car from that Stephen King movie.
Maximum Overdrive.
No,
You
not
mean
Maximum
you?
Overdrive. The one with those three students. Well, the three bullies. They died. They came back. Let me find it.
There's 3 bullies dying and returning. What is this?
No, I didn't know that. No, I don't know that one. Let's see. Anyone else?
I think it is Maximum Overdrive you're talking
Toyota
about.
Prius from the other guys. I think he's making a joke. Okay, what's the car from Wraith? What's that?
Oh, it's the car from Wraith.
This one.
That will be the one, right?
I know you guys have seen this movie. Stephen King. Sometimes they come back. The car from that movie.
What is that?
You haven't seen Stephen King. Sometimes.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
Oh, sometimes they come back. Yeah, the thing is, I don't know if enough people would really know about it, though. If it's like memorable or iconic enough.
I've got one that I'm going to put on that we can vote on. Ghost Rider motorcycle or Ghost Rider car from the TV show, which is even better.
Do the motorcycle from the first movie. The second film motorcycle was trash.
All right, so we go to the list. Is that everyone's like now? I obviously have to put on Millennium Falcon and
what about the Falcon from Mad Max?
Any spaceships that people want to put on? I've got Star Trek spaceship, USSR, USS. Is it what was it? USS. Oh, I've forgotten it now.
You think the spaceship that
1107 Enterprise?
Nerdman, you still want to put a Ghost Rider motorcycle in there?
Yeah, I put Ghost Rider motorcycle on there.
Did Interstellar have a memorable spaceship?
Not really.
No. How about The Martian? Because he was like making plants in there.
No, that was. It was all right. I mean, it is the USS Enterprise. I thought that was the later one. I was talking about the first Star Trek.
Nerdman, this car doesn't look the fanciest, but it got to go on there. I'm sorry, Blade's car got to go on there.
Oh yeah, Blade's.
That's Dominic Toretto's car.
But see, this is the difference. It's Blade's car though.
Yeah, I don't think it's really iconic though.
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of the.
But he was cool as shit driving in it. You know, you gotta.
Or there's better ones. We can't have.
Okay, no, dude. We will have this discussion. Trust me. We've got Blade's car, and then you had because I don't watch Fast and Furious. What is the dopest Fast and Furious car? Because I want it to be maximum 3 per franchise. So 3 total per franchise.
Well, I added more the main
3 Batmobiles, for instance.
The tank.
Paul Walker's Toyota Supra. Let me bring it up.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, nothing. Just don't.
His Toyota Supra.
Okay, so I thought you were gonna bring up the other car. Okay, never mind.
Wait, which one?
It's okay. It's wrecked in a tree by now.
Oh no.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
The one he
Nerman,
died in. Yeah.
throw Brian's Toyota Supra on there.
Okay. So we can have 3 per franchise, yeah?
Brian's Toyota Supra and Dominic Toretto's Dodge Charger.
He pulls up in Tokyo Drift with that one too.
First movie's Charger though. The rest of the Chargers like kind of
Dodge Charger, Fast and Furious. Okay. All right. Should we go to the actual list now, and then we can discuss each one, or not each? Like not discuss each. We can just say no to some which are just like crap.
Real quick, if you want to take any more suggestions. Trey said the USS Enterprise. William Muller, the Wraith.
Let's look up the Wraith.
Well, what about the Chamber of Secrets? The flying car that Ron Weasley's dad had.
Oh, that actually could.
It was on the cover of the book.
Yeah.
What is that? Harry Potter one?
Yeah, it's like your English novel series.
And when I drove into the tree. Yeah, so it was a blue Ford. Oh, okay.
I already put the Wraith one on, but let's have a look at it.
This is the Wraith for everybody in the chat. People are watching. Got some panties right here. Oh no, I thought it was panties.
What is this? I've never heard of this. The Wraith. What is this?
It's a bandana. I thought it was some panties. Is
it actually a good movie? Is it worth watching? Tell me in the chat. Is it a good movie worth watching?
I mean, Charlie Sheen's in it.
Is it? That doesn't really sell me. I mean, maybe it should, but it doesn't.
Yeah, you kind of got to throw the Harry Potter car on there. You got to.
Yeah.
What year was it from, though? Again, we have to put the year for like each car when it was made.
I think this one's a Ford. It says
I'll send that to you to do then. I'll send you.
Well, it's a Ford Anglia 105 E Deluxe /7990.
Are there any other space? Is there any other space vehicles that we're forgetting though? Should there be any what about the Avengers one? What's that big vehicle they have?
It's not important.
Avengers don't got no iconic vehicles.
Guardians maybe, but I don't think so.
What about the Guardians one?
The Milano, they keep changing it. The Wyona, I think.
That's
it's not.
I would say Din Djarin's Ravens
Razor Crest
is more like recognizable than.
Does Iron Man's suit count?
I added Tony Stark's car though.
I mean, it should be
Slave One. If you're gonna put something like
Boba Fett, the Slave One.
Yeah.
The Slave One, okay, but that's a suit, or is that what is that?
It's a ship. Let me show you.
Oh,
Boba Fett ship.
Okay, Slave One.
This one right here, Nerdman.
That deserves to be on there.
It definitely does. I also forgot the Mach 5. I can't believe I forgot the Mach 5.
It was in both of the Star Wars trilogies.
Okay, I'm gonna throw one out there, which I don't know if we should put it on or not. It's up to you guys. Wonder Woman 70s show, Invisible Jet.
Yes.
Yep.
I hope you're writing these down, but
I am.
I mean, I was starting to write them down, but kind of lost track of the format. But I mean,
Invisible Jet. Okay, so Invisible Jet goes on.
You already got all the Batmobiles on there.
This was going to be the major discussion. We could have this right now. So if you want to pull up all the Batmobiles, because there's only 3, we're only allowed 3.
3.
And we can because we were James Bond and Batman were going to be the 2 big discussions because the rest of it's easy, right?
I think
you have a maximum of 3 James Bond cars and you have a maximum of 3 Batman across TV and film.
So for Bale, Let's do the Batpod. Let's not do Tumblr.
Yeah, well, there's a list of Batman vehicles. You might as well just put Batman vehicles, and then
I mean, the Tumblr and Batman Begins is pretty good. I added that,
and that includes planes as well. By the way,
I will make sure that Tumblr gets knocked out in the first round, and I do not give a damn what it goes up against.
I definitely added the one from the TV show.
I don't think the TV show should be on there. I really don't. I think it's cool.
It's very iconic.
It's iconic, but it ain't as cool as the rest of the Batmobiles. I'm sorry. It's not as cool as the Tumblr. It is not as cool as Michael Keaton's.
Yes.
And it is not as cool as the latest one from the Batman.
I mean, it's an older car, though, so of course, and that's kind of just your opinion. At the end of the day, we're looking for just the most popular and iconic, and that is definitely up there for TV show ones.
True. So that's the discussion. So I'm gonna get all Bat vehicles.
Wait. Nerman, did you put the Mach 5 from Speed Racer and Herbie on there?
Oh, Herbie's got to go on.
Yeah. Well, I added the Love Bug one. That's basically Herbie.
Love Bug, Herbie, and what was the other one?
Which one?
You said another one.
No, I just said Herbie and Mach 5 from Speed Racer.
Mach 5 from Speed Racer.
Yeah, we added Mach 5 from Speed Racer.
Can't believe I forgot the Mach 5. I'm tripping.
All right, so I'm gonna put up a thing of now. Share a stream so that we can.
Well, Nerdman said no.
Figure out the Bat vehicles.
So Lightning McQueen can't go on there.
Well, we added animated.
Lightning McQueen can't. No, Lightning McQueen ain't going on because then other people are gonna want animated shit, and then it's just so we can do a separate one for animated stuff. You know, you can't.
How about the Talladega Nights car?
Talladega Nights, I'd be very willing to listen to your argument for that because I love that movie. So,
shake and bake.
Shake and bake, bro.
Okay, yeah, I guess you have a point because now that I think about it, all the animated ones we have on so far can just be switched to the live action versions, I guess. So
I always thought I never liked NASCAR vehicles. They just ugliest looking cars ever.
We can all agree that George Clooney's. Are you sharing my screen? No.
Yeah, I'm sharing it.
Okay, we can all agree George Clooney's Batmobile does not go on, right?
No, that is iconic as hell. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Stop trolling, bro. Stop trolling. Are we serious now? Like, where that Batmobile is not going on? It was ugly as shit.
It's trash. I'm not putting that shit on there.
It looks like a child's car.
There's only 3 iconic Batmobiles off this list.
And what about the chat? Anybody? George Clooney's is off, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Val Kilmer's has an argument, but I would personally say it falls out of the top 3.
That shit's still ugly to me.
I mean, yeah, it has an argument, but at the end of the day, there's definitely 3 that are better.
Anto's just waiting for the Tumblr. I love the way he's not saying anything. He's just waiting to hate on the Tumblr. All right, let's go. Next one. Son of a bitch. All right. Michael Keaton, I would say that's straight flames. That has to go on there. Of course. Has to go on there. All right. So I don't even need to write that in. It's just Batmobile.
Again, remember to write for the keywords, just the inspirations like Chevrolet and Impala, whatever, and then the Euros made in along with
I will send you the list and you can do everything you want. The Batmobile was so sick. I remember when he talks to it and then he goes shields and then the shield thing comes up. That was sick, dude. All right, so we've got his Batmobile. Next, we need to talk about the Bat Pod or the Bat planes. Now, Michael Keaton's Bat plane was pretty fucking cool.
For the Bat Pod, you can include it with the Tumblr because that is a part of the Tumblr.
Oh no, sorry, I'm not talking about Pod. I'm talking about the flying one.
Okay.
What's it called?
Keaton has the best bat plane. He has the best bat plane.
Yeah.
Keaton has the most iconic
do we include that in the 3, or do we?
Well, we have to pick one for Keaton. You have to pick either the car or the plane, because with the tumbler, you can include the motorcycle with it since it comes out.
But hey, remember Bale had his own plane. Now, if we're comparing planes, then I have to agree with Onzo that his plane was trash. That plane that they gave him in what was it, Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah.
What do they call it again? Is it the bat? Is it the bat jet? No, it's the bat. What do they call it? The Batwing. Yeah. Now his Batwing was trash. I didn't feel that Batwing at all. It just looked horrible. But Keaton's definitely has an argument. So would you pick Keaton's car or his Batwing, guys?
Well, we can only do one.
Car. I'm going.
Yeah, I would still go car, but.
All right, now we've got Adam West.
Besides the tumbler, because it's combined, I wouldn't really go any for that.
So we've got Adam
I would add
West.
it. Again, it's older, of course. It's older, of course. So, but it's the most iconic possibly.
Yeah, you guys do your thing. Let me know what you come up with. I'm about to pass out. I'm gonna holler at you guys later.
Okay, no worries.
Peace out, guys.
You're not even gonna wait for the tumbler. We're gonna put it on. All right, good. Anyway, so I don't think Adam West Batmobile deserves to be on there. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think it was cool for the time. The design is kind of cool, I have to say, but it's just been surpassed. It really has. I mean, like, Keaton's Batmobile's better.
By what?
I mean, okay, but Adam West Batmobile. Look at it's from a style standpoint. It looks better than most Batmobiles. Ain't got the logo on it. It's kind of bright, and it got his gadgets too. Like, I would want to throw something like Robert Pattinson's Batmobile on it, but it ain't got no gadgets. It's just a souped up Charger.
Yeah, and it's too new. And same thing with BVS's has a lot of issues, but the Batman's is too new. Like, this is super iconic.
That BVS one is just plain. It's just plain.
Yeah, I don't see this winning. That's my problem with it. I can't.
I mean, I wouldn't give it a dub, but it looks.
I mean, there's a lot of people on Onzo's channel who are into the classics. So, I mean, I'm not saying I see it winning, but I see people definitely voting for it. And the thing is, also, you're just thinking of the Batman movies when it comes to iconic TV show cars, which I did the list on separately as well. This is like up there on the list, like top 5 all time for.
I just people. I can't morally put this above the new Batman vehicle, the Batman vehicle.
I can't. We haven't seen enough of the new one yet. We haven't seen enough of it yet.
Okay, so we've got.
Yeah, we haven't seen
we're gonna put an asterisk on that. Okay, so we've got Robert Pattinson's The Batmobile. Okay. Talk about an epic introduction to a Batmobile. That introduction alone, fucking, like, when you were in the fucking theaters and everyone fucking cheering and like the sound comes on and then it just goes for it. The only thing I say about this Batmobile that I don't like is it doesn't have gadgets, but that can be sorted out. But like, I just don't. It's a more interesting conversation to have this Batmobile, which I think people are going to have more of an emotional. They're going to have more of an emotional reaction against this because you either love it or you hate it. Whereas the old Batmobile, I just think it's kind of people just like it kind of because it was, it reminds them of their childhood or whatever. But
there's like, a lot to it. It's not just nostalgia, nerd man, and also the conversation can be exactly had with the old one as well. Like, again, the introduction in the Batman with the Batmobile was epic, but again, that's about it. We haven't seen enough of it yet. When it keeps evolving over time and we see more of it in the new films, and sure, I can put that in the top 3 over the older ones. But as of right now, and for a conversation on a list like this with the most iconic, it gets beaten out easily for me personally. It would be Keaton, the 66 one, and the and sorry, what was and the Tumbler for me.
Okay, all right. Chillmonger, where are you going with it?
Where am I going with it? I don't care at all, really. I'm not that opinionated.
Well, I bet if it was an MCU thing, you would be, son of a bitch.
Damn right. Where's Captain America's motorcycle? He's took down a helicarrier.
And where's Howard the Ducks?
Okay, chat. What are you saying? Which 3 Bat vehicles would you put on? Would you put on the Batman, Matt Reeves, the Batman one, or would you put on Adam West's?
So they're saying Batflex. Are you guys okay?
They're saying Batflex on his
Bat. Are you guys okay? I'm just asking. You know, are you sure you didn't misspell that?
It's high. It's Batmobile's high up there though.
Pretty.
It does look cool.
It didn't do anything.
It does.
Special.
Don't get me. It does look cool, but it doesn't. It didn't stand like Keaton stood out. The Tumbler stood out.
Yeah, even the Batman stood out more. Like this was good. It had a cool design. It did some cool things. It didn't stand out. It wasn't above the rest. Just kind of solid.
Here's my thing with the Batfleck vehicle. I wouldn't put this one on, but I would say the Justice League one is one of the most underrated Batmobile scenes in any film.
In Justice League,
in Zack Snyder's Justice League, that Batmobile thing where he's going up against the parademons was actually dope.
That was again he did a way better job with Batman in that than BVS in my opinion. Besides 2 things, the stupid oh, why did you leave me fucking line, and some other cringy lines with Jeremy Irons I didn't like. But outside of that, I thought they did a way better job with Batman in the Justice League.
And his bat ship in that, which Ray Fisher fixed in the end, was actually pretty cool bat vehicle as well.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to agree with you guys about Ben Affleck's Batmobile. I don't feel like that was the coolest thing about Ben Affleck's Batman. I feel like the coolest thing about him was him in action.
Right.
When he was fighting people. The Batmobile chase was cool in both movies, but it felt like Zack Snyder was trying to outdo Nolan rather than he came up with his own specific idea of, a Batman vehicle. It felt like a blend of things, whereas I think Reeves, Nolan, and Burton had unique ideas. And even the Batman show had unique ideas that were completely different from each other. Zack Snyder's kind of blends in. It kind of feels like a bit of Nolan, a bit of Burton. Do you know what I'm saying?
And also and this is one thing I don't like about any future Batman cars in general: the lack of a Batman logo on it, the lack of Batman like with Keaton, at the back of it with the it has bat wings on it. It's after Keaton in those Schumacher movies, the Batmobiles. While I think Tumbler is a very good one from a technical standpoint, visually, it doesn't have any bat looking features. No,
but the bat chase in that was sick with the roofs.
Yeah. Don't get wrong about that.
And the way it goes, it went dark for a while. It went into because people were saying it wasn't stealthy, but it went into stealth mode. Where all the lights went off, and I think in Batman Begins that was even in The Dark Knight it was sick as well. Sorry, I'm forgetting that both times we saw that vehicle was epic. It was the best action scenes in each of those movies. Was the Batmobile stuff?
It just doesn't look like a Batmobile.
To me, it does. It's black.
Okay.
I mean, like having a bat logo on it is like, it's kind of like, I don't know. It doesn't. It's not. To me, that's not necessary. I feel like Batman wouldn't
Toyotas
care.
have Toyota logos on them.
Batman
Batmobiles
wouldn't
need
care
Batmobiles
about
on
that
them.
shit. Like, why would Batman care about that? From a character standpoint, I know it looks cool for a comic or whatever, but why would Batman give a shit about putting a Batman logo on
Same
his
reason he
fucking
puts it on his chest. It's what it represents.
Yep. You gotta look intimidating, gotta look cool, gotta look badass. Even though Batman is, there's a cool factor that Batman brings to him too.
Yeah.
All right. So, from what I'm hearing, I'm gonna sacrifice fucking. I think it's the wrong answer, but I'm gonna sacrifice the Batman car. Then I feel like the Batman car should be on. I think it will be a more interesting debate than Adam West. I see Adam West's car.
You can break your rule and put
completely
4. You can just put 4 Batmobiles. That's fine.
But it's. I feel it's more interesting this way for the discussion. But
you can do it.
The
There's
thing
no
is,
rules.
There's no way that. Maybe actually on that panel it's bullshit because you never know with that panel. But I think in general,
they love a lot of old stuff like 66.
People would
shows.
people would never vote that Batmobile over the Tumbler or the Keaton car. I just don't think they will because they didn't have the design and technology to really make a cool, like a really really fucking out there Batmobile at that time.
Yeah, but they still made it iconic.
They made it iconic. They made it iconic looking. All right, so it's the Batman TV show, yeah?
Yeah, I basically agree with Murdoch J's comment there.
Tumblr.
Yeah.
And Keaton. All right, shall we do James Bond?
They didn't seem ashamed about being from a comic, for real. Yep.
Let's do James Bond then.
Adam West, Keaton, Bale, Batmobile.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have the Spy Who Loved Me and Goldfinger. I don't know if we have a third already on there, but
I'm gonna put James Bond vehicles so that we can get some visual representation.
And 2.
What?
That's how I got my Switch again.
Oh shit! I forgot one James Bond vehicle that has to go on. I actually forgot this one. So, do you remember? I think this is the one, right? Is this the BMW from And I don't even like any of his Bond movies, but I just remember this BMW. Is this the BMW
GoldenEye.
from? Was it GoldenEye or was it?
Oh, it says GoldenEye License to Kill.
It was the one where he's in the back of the car and he's controlling it with his phone.
Possibly.
It's what's the fucking
you
actor's
can try
name?
looking it up.
Dr. Fate. What's his name?
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan. His BMW was sick, but I just can't remember if it's the. Let's see.
Let's see. Yeah,
I think it was the BMW Z3.
Let's see.
K-Dot's like, what's Z3?
I looked it up and it says Tomorrow Never Dies is the BMW. I haven't.
Yeah. What BMW is that though? What's it called?
It's like what's it called again? The BMW 750i.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna put that forward. I'm not gonna put it on the list yet, but I'm gonna put that forward as one of the sickest James Bond vehicles.
That's basically 3 then. Okay.
Yeah. So looking at these James Bond vehicles, I don't remember the one from GoldenEye. I'm sorry. Sunbeam Alpine.
That's like one of the most iconic ever, though. It's the Aston Martin DB5. You can look it up.
That looks like the one that they used in Austin Powers.
Yeah, we've got the Renault 11. We have Toyota 2000. Which one is this one from? say
The other
which
one
one
from
it's
Austin
from.
Powers.
It's, again, they
I love the
have
way they don't even say
title
which ones they're where it's fucking from.
Yeah, like
It's fucking bullshit.
go to the very bottom where it starts getting to more.
I'm gonna
Also,
try another list because they should say what film it's from. That's stupid.
Well, they were kind of, but
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to. You should say it in the title. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
This one's better. Except it's only got 8. Fucking great. Thank you. These lists are always so fucking stupid. Anyway, so what were you saying just before, Cole? Before I go through this?
no, I was just saying, look at the. I was saying go down to the number one thing because we'll probably have the, and then go up from there. So we can because we'll probably have the better selections there at number one.
How familiar are you guys with the Bond movies? Because I only watched them when I was a kid, and then
I
rewatched them. The only ones I've seen was the Daniel. I've just seen the first Daniel Craig one, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them all again recently. So, and you know, I really enjoyed the one where you know, he's in Japan and then he puts a yellow face on himself to make him look Asian to disguise himself. That was really great.
Yeah, of course you'd like that one. Okay. My I will assume that these top 8 that they're correct about these top 8 because I do remember these ones.
Yeah.
Yes,
go
the
down
Man
again.
with the Golden Gun, fantastic one. Aston Martin
going.
V8, The Living Daylights. Yep, that is a cool one as well. Lotus,
yeah, so that's one of the most iconic. And then so this is the Goldfinger one. This is considered the most iconic out of all of them. That and the underwater one.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm willing to put on the Aston Martin. I don't think it's necessarily for me the coolest one, but I get it's the most iconic. Yeah. I actually do think if you look at the Aston Martin,
I like
the
Living
other
Daylights.
Aston Martin. Yeah, the Man with the Golden Gun one was sick. Yeah. The Diamonds Are Forever. All of those ones have more memorable Bond chase scenes, and
that can be the third one, I guess.
Yeah, but I'm willing to sacrifice and put on the Aston Martin, but I feel like the BMW 750 IL Tomorrow Never Dies.
I mean, I'm kind of in agreement with you. It's just, I mean, everybody else thinks it's like the most iconic, so gotta put it on there.
Yeah. So, any disagreement since you haven't seen it really that much, K-Dots? I guess you don't have an opinion. Yeah.
Nope. I mean, I don't got no opinion. I can say the cars look cool. Some of these do look cool.
Yeah. No, he's talking about Fuck Die Another Day. Yeah. Critics bombed that film, but for some reason, audiences really enjoyed it. And I really do not understand why, William. It was kind of like the Mission Impossible 2. It didn't feel like Mission Impossible. Really didn't feel like James Bond.
Which one? You mean The Living Daylights?
No, I'm talking about the one that William brought up, the one with Halle Berry. Another Day Dies.
No, it was awful. The movie was awful, but
it didn't feel like James Bond at all. It didn't feel like James Bond at all to me.
It felt like James Bond, but I just think they got so silly by then. I don't like the Pierce Brosnan James Bond movies, apart from maybe GoldenEye. I don't know why people think like that was a return to form. He was nowhere near as good as Roger Moore.
Yeah, no,
like
he
the
was
movies.
One of the worst James Bonds.
I wouldn't go that far. I would say his movies are some really bad ones, but he was good. But I prefer Roger Moore more, and I definitely prefer Timothy Dalton more as well.
I thought his performances were kind of hollow to me, but I don't know.
Fair enough. I can see that as well. So we've got the Aston Martin, the original Aston Martin, and then we've got the Lotus Esprit.
Yeah. So we got those three
me.
Basically.
Those are definitely the best. Okay.
Yeah.
So now we can.
Tim gave you the vomit emoji. Bleh.
Really? Why?
Elaborate.
You've got to elaborate on that.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Who let Nerdman on?
Oh my god.
Okay.
You're getting roasted from the live chat.
Oh, really? What's happening?
Well, Nerdman spits the facts. We all know that, Tim.
What's happening? Wait. Why is this one bad? Okay, so we've got like 25 cars so far anyway. Do we want to talk about the elephants in the room, Knight Rider, and what's it called? And the A-Team.
Well,
okay.
I mean, not the show A-Team, not the film, but we got the GMC Vandora for the A-Team, and then.
But here's my thing. I think the face car was cooler. The face man's car was cooler in the A-Team than the actual. It was. They were both cool. They were both as cool as each other. A-Team van and face man's car. If anyone remembers the face man's car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, on every list, basically, they put the other one down for the A-Team. So I'm cool with putting the other one there as well. But I think you have to kind of put both because I guess a lot of people think the other one is more iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pull it up. A-Team cars.
I don't actually remember what it looks like. I haven't seen that show in ages.
Let me get it.
Did you ever see that show, Chill?
No.
Put A-Team face man's car. Put the face man's car, not just the A-Team car, because everyone knows the A-Team car, I think. But people forget about the face man. Yeah, the A-Team van was sick.
What, you're saying movies, so if you use the movie car, are we going to be thinking about the TV show and giving it points for that?
No, we're doing the A-Team TV show, not A-Team movie. The A-Team movie was terrible. It wasn't that bad, but it just failed on like.
Yeah, it was just mediocre, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay. And you put the Aladdin flying carpet on?
Yeah. Oh, we can't put that on because it's cartoon unless we want to do live action.
In 2019, there was a live action.
I'll put it on. Aladdin flying carpet.
Oh my god.
But from the live action. From the live action, yeah.
I'm voting that shit out immediately. What the fuck is wrong with you? I hate you so much, Chill.
We need some diversity. It can't just all be vehicles like with 4 wheels. You got to think, open your mind.
Yeah, exactly. That was a good shout.
There is a lot of diversity on here, man.
That was a good shout. No, it was a good shout. Although I agree with you, Sean, like it was terrible in comparison with the animated version.
How about the Titanic?
Oh my god.
It's you know what? But I don't think it's cool though.
Okay, Captain Jack Sparrow's ship, the Black Pearl.
Yeah, that should be on there.
It's vehicles. Remember, vehicles.
So it doesn't count.
That is a vehicle.
It's a ship.
That's a vehicle.
It needs to be auto running, not ships like that.
It can't.
So
run
you don't
on a
think
horse
the Black?
Buggy?
But I've never seen the Black Pearl. Does it do anything cool?
No, it's
is
a
there,
pirate
is there a
ship.
reason? Is there a reason it should be?
Yes.
It's iconic, but it's just a classic pirate ship. It needs to run on like
even the hater. It's iconic that you got to put it on now. They'll vote.
No,
Let them vote.
Oh,
it needs to run.
I have one. Daenerys's dragons.
Yeah, I'm not monetized. The only way, if you got at the moment, I got to reapply for monetization. So if you guys do want to donate, I got my links in the link tree. I'll post it in the chat. It's the only way to donate at the moment. So I'm reapply for monetization.
Yeah,
so.
you should put you can do it so that it's at the bottom and people can see how to donate to you. And like what's that thing?
Well, I already got everything in my description.
Yeah, but people don't want to have effort to give you money, basically. So like, if they have to look it up, put it on your But
with that link tree, guys, if you want the donation links.
But I was going to say,
Memos
what
in
about
the
if
description.
we're doing Aladdin's carpet? Then I think Daenerys's dragons should count.
Ooh, living things.
Daenerys Targaryen dragons. They were cool, bro.
But
I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, they're vehicles, I guess. Transportation.
She rides them, like she's.
Nah, it's an animal. We can't do that.
Because if that's the case, we gotta get into bringing in some horses too. You know
what?
That's fine. I don't mind.
No, Nerdman. Here's the thing, Nerdman. You just came with an idea. That is a stream topic on its own. You can find many animal companions that we ride on, and just save that for later.
Well, you could just do
that's
most
true.
Iconic.
The most iconic animal companions. So you can do like He-Man's.
Well, just most iconic animal characters.
Secretariats.
Yeah, we can even put on Talkie Townie from Shazam. if we had comics, but
we can put the Saiyan.
You're right.
Cats,
you're right. You're right.
Land get some rest.
You're right. That is a good point. That is a good point.
Are there any iconic hot air balloons around the world in 100 days?
Yeah, I'm about to say around the world 100 days.
I would pick
what we're looking for is a cool factor.
It's not iconic.
That's why I was saying about Daenerys's dragons. It's like it's a cool factor. Is the car cool? Like, would you want to drive it? Like that kind of shit. So that's why when you said the Black Pearl, I was like, oh, maybe people like ships. Like if it's cool, if it does something cool that other ships don't do, then yeah, maybe we can put that on.
I mean,
but according to you, it doesn't sound like it really does.
This was a pretty dope hot air balloon. Not gonna lie, from the Mummy Returns, had a cool sequence in the movie.
Yeah, I really like that sequence. That was one of the better parts of it. Yeah.
Would you guys put it on? I haven't seen it, so is it up there with Knight Rider?
I wouldn't put hot air balloons on there anyway.
It is just a cool hot air balloon vehicle I've seen that was like,
but it's not going to get past the first round.
Yeah, people are just going to be so confused by that one magic carpet entry. That's going to be a troll.
Watch people vote it. Watch. Oh, so now it's a troll because it's going to get past round one. Okay.
No, because everybody's going to vote for it as a meme because they're like, what the fuck is that?
No, it's a vehicle. It's a
vehicle.
What do you mean? It's a magic carpet. It's a vehicle.
Yeah, it's a way for transportation. It's not a vehicle. It needs to be automobiles.
So then we shouldn't have because I said you have planes, you have spaceships, you have all of those kind of things. It's a vehicle.
No, that stuff is fine.
Something you drive. Yeah, look up the definition of vehicle because I think you're limiting your.
Oxford Dictionary.
You can use a ship can be a vehicle, man. I mean, it's.
So a thing used to transporting people or goods, such as lances, car, truck.
By the way,
wagons count.
Wagons count. Can I just say that I don't know anything about Transformers, so if you guys are Transformers guys, you can have it out about which 3 Transformers should be on the list.
I already added.
It's Optimus Prime and Bumblebee and
I added one on there, and it's
Megatron's tank from the second film.
I only added one because it's pretty much the only one that the character kind of actually drives in from the film. The Chevrolet Camaro replica, the yellow one or whatnot.
Yeah, Megatron's tank from Transformers 2. So all I say is Optimus, his truck form, Bumblebee, and Megatron's tank design from Transformers 2 when he transformed.
I mean, does he really use them though? The characters.
Bumblebee's driven, isn't it?
Bumblebees, which I added, but the others I don't think they are really used by humans. That's why.
By the way, when you said Herbie, He said another
Somebody
thing
in
along
chat.
with Herbie.
He said, I believe, the Love Bug, Herbie, and then something else.
Is
Like,
Love Bug the same as Herbie? Because
yeah, the Love Bug is the original Herbie. Just add the Love Bug.
Okay. All right. We've got the DeLorean, obviously. You know what I'm talking about? Back to the Future DeLorean.
Yeah, I added that
there.
for sure.
Yep.
On there, I believe.
Gotta have it. But then also, I said Cinderella was pushed in a magic buggy, right? Don't they count? And then here's Tails.
Oh yeah, Tails is Tornado.
This was pretty cool in the movie.
Well, it's not the tornado yet. Like, it doesn't have the colors, but this is like the prototype too. It's a prototype.
Is this live action?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's live action.
Yeah, but
I would pick this one, but it's not like it's not fully his Tornado yet because he didn't do the paint, the gadgets. It's the start of it though. It is. This is like the start.
It had its moment with Knuckles on top of it. It was special. It's not like I'm saying I remember from the video games, and yes, they used it in the movie. Good enough. I'm not saying that. It was actually cool.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask, are there any more car or vehicle-based franchises that we are forgetting here? What is there anything we've done? Star Wars. We've done. Wait a second. What about the car that the kid rode in Star Wars?
Pod racing?
The pod racing car.
The pod,
no?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Let me bring it up again.
That was pretty cool car.
I mean, it wasn't the pod racing vehicles wasn't. Let me bring them up.
It was a badass action scene, I remember.
It was a good sequence, but
how about the Men in Black vehicle?
I don't remember.
Ooh, that was dope.
I got little Annie's little pod racing vehicle.
Little Annie.
It was, I mean, design wise, it's interesting, but
it was definitely cool. I mean, I don't see how you can't find it.
I think the other vehicles in the race were cooler though than Annie's, but he had a little poor one. The whole point, he had a little makeshift one.
Yeah. Should we put it on or no?
No, because I got one better.
We can throw it on there.
Fine, put that one on it. But the X-Men ship coming out the basketball court needs to be there.
Oh yeah,
that was cool. Where the court just kind of opened and then closed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was sick.
Definitely. And then 35. I'm gonna put. What is the Star Wars movie called again? Star Wars.
Phantom Menace.
Nerd man just like, I don't remember these movies. It's something Star Wars. What's up, man?
How you doing,
good
man?
Good to see you, brother. Good to see you.
So yeah, I can't really think of any other like vehicle-based,
what's
TV shows or movies that I can think. Yeah, like there has to be that car on it.
What's the maximum number you want for the list?
32.
I mean, I wanted 25, but it's gone way off.
K-Dots, what list are we making right now? I'm new joining, so
just any like the best vehicles from any movie that we've seen
or TV show.
Well, also we can talk about like Fast and Furious because of family, right? Like we also X trailer.
We already
X trailer. So okay,
we already got.
Which ones did we have from Fast and Furious?
No, don't say it yet. Let him answer. Let Tim say exactly what should be on.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Tim,
which one do you think should be on them?
I think obviously like not even Fast and Furious, James Bond with Daniel Craig, bro. That in the last film, that car was pretty dope. It was silver lining and the nice rims, like the old classic style, man. They're not like paying. I don't know. Whatever. I'm confiscated. Whatever. But like, dude, what I'm just saying is that. I mean, Fast and Furious is getting ridiculous right now.
That's the best car of all time.
Should the Dumb and Dumber car from
Yes.
be on there?
I mean, it is a pretty iconic vehicle.
It is
Yeah,
pretty
it's like
iconic.
it's a V8 with super turbo NOS, and like when it reaches full speed, those tires go up and it can go to space, like the last movie. That's what we saw in the last movie. They go to space. Yeah, did you watch the last movie? They went to space, bro. Not they went to space. Yeah.
I didn't know they went to space.
Oh, you talking about Fast 9?
Oh, sorry.
No, I was trying to sound like Bill and Ted. I was trying to sound like Bill and Ted. They went to space, bro. They went to space.
Okay. Oh shit! The Italian Job. You have to have that.
I forgot. What? Which one though? Because it was all pretty much did the same thing.
This is a group category.
They had an iconic sequence though.
Yeah, that's what helps it. That's why I would say the Mini Coopers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mini Coopers.
I agree with that.
Definitely have to go on there.
MSK.
Is that MSK?
Yes. Sometimes less is more, right? Like if you like nail a scene and it's like they went around the corners pretty good. Like if you watch the race of that, it was done pretty well. And I think that's what Chill's trying to get across, right? Like
I think we can all agree that another 48 hours Cadillac Derville should not be on, right? Not iconic enough. Not the film's cool and everything, but we don't need that on there. Ghostbusters has to be on there. I completely forgot.
Yes, the Ghostbusters.
What's the one that Marissa Tomei was saying the Pontiac Sunfire was discontinued? Remember that?
Oh yeah, you're My Cousin Vinny. I love that film, man.
Yeah,
that car. The way she described it makes it iconic. No?
Do we have a picture of that? Do we have a picture of that car?
My Cousin Vinny car.
Yeah, the My Cousin Vinny.
She was back then, man.
She was.
It's a
before
bullshit
she opened
question.
Her mouth.
No, I love her voice. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
She was hot. No, I watched her in the old school series.
That's the sexy thing about her. The sexy thing about her is that you want to shut her up with something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, bro. You know what I'm talking about. Thanks for having me there.
Which car is it? It's like multiple. Is
whatever this comedy at gold?
I think it was Pontiac. I think the blue one. Who knows? We got time. We can figure it out.
MSK's in the chat. How about you fact check?
Yeah, MSK. Why don't you fact check us? Huh?
He ain't gonna fact check.
Yeah, come on, MSK.
What does MSK stand for? Misinformation Society.
He ain't gonna fact check. He's too busy getting fact checks.
It's Freestyle Friday, is it?
Freestyle Friday.
What does that even mean?
So can you put off screen back up? Because let's go through these. Oh, the General Lee from Dukes of Hazzard.
Well, the guy that Jonathan Majors may never work
William
again.
Moloch
I hopefully
he
works again.
The Big Lebowski.
Oh, the dude. It's called the dude. The dude.
Yeah, Dukes of Hazzard has to go on there.
You're right.
But let's go through these ones quickly. All right, so Big Lebowski, I don't think we need that, right? Like, whatever. It's a Big Lebowski car. It was cool, but it's not iconic, right? Like,
I agree. It's not like no Dukes of Hazzards.
Yeah. Kill Bill Chevrolet. This is an interesting argument. I would say,
wow, but no, it looked good, but no.
The pussy
is
yellow.
Actually, oh, sorry. Is there actual images from that movie? You saw Kill Bill, which is an iconic film, but that looks too clean. It does look too clean.
I mean,
right?
I'm just saying, like, I don't like the fact that even though I do remember the car now, and it was cool that it was called Pussy or whatever, but
yeah,
like, I didn't think that it was that iconic. I mean, it would be cool just to put it on to have the name. But,
Moving on.
we can
He's like,
go
this is
back.
going to
we
be
can
an
go back
entertaining
that.
stream. We got to have that.
moving on. You know, I'm
All
challenging it because I remember Kill Bill because Kill Bill is an awesome martial arts flick.
Movie.
Like
Yeah,
it
it
is
is cool.
dope, man. So
It's cool.
go on.
Thelma and Louise for the Thunderbird. I'm saying no.
Pass.
Nah.
Only cool thing it did was drive
Off the cliff.
Yeah, I agree.
Epic moment.
Epic moment. Yeah. It was. I'm not even laughing. It was.
No, I'm
epic.
not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not. But you know, it is an
yeah.
epic moment.
Yeah, it was symbolic of their love for each other. It was cool. It was a cool moment, cool film. But the car ain't good enough. Porsche 917. I don't even know what this is. Le Mans. You ever heard of this?
No.
I have no idea.
It's a good show.
Grease.
Sean.
The Graduate. I'm just moving on from that. The Graduate. Don't go on.
Pass.
Grease.
Oh, Grease. Okay.
Now
this car was dope.
this car is actually dope. I'm not gonna lie.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
All right. Yes. I see you. I see you, Chill. But no,
Yeah.
like, if anyone that's watched the film, that's not the ultimate car. At the end of the film, the car is red with lightning bolts, and it has like the cover that's like Claristine. Remember the end of the film? So
Yeah,
that's
no,
not the
I
ultimate car.
agree.
Maybe that's the car. Remember that?
Well,
so
it
that's what
counts
I'm
as
bringing
both.
up. So
It counts as both.
oh,
should it be
okay.
on the list, or should it?
I think.
Does it stack
which
up with the
one?
Batmobiles and the James Bond cars? Or,
Tell me
because I
more.
would
It
say
is kinda
yes.
iconic.
Are we doing the because this is when it is at the beginning, the ending, because I think the color did change. Let me bring it up.
It did. It went to red, and there were like different bolts and everything. Like it's
Yeah, right here.
symbolic. I mean, it's a good car. Like, right? It is.
This is one. Yeah, right here.
Yep, that's a sick car.
I think we should go with the red one. This shit looks dope.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
red
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same model.
It's the same-
name.
Well, yeah, it's the
car.
same one, but now they fully completed. It's red. This looks way
So
better.
It went Super Saiyan, bro.
I'm gonna put Grease car because I think it adds texture to the list as well. Because
It did.
That was a cool car.
Yeah, car looks pretty dope.
Actually,
So
the car
Nomad
from
is starting
Grease
to
2.
Okay, we got it, yo. How many more cars on this list right now? Because it's getting late.
Yeah. He's
Okay,
starting to
I'm trying to
understand
go
why you
through
can't
quickly.
do
Feels like-
45 now.
I mean, well, you know what?
Yeah,
I actually don't have to be here. You guys can continue without me. I shouldn't force you. Take your time. Sorry.
Okay,
I mean, we're
so
gonna end with Nerdman.
we're gonna
Whatever, chill.
we're finishing very quickly. I'm gonna go through these quickly. So Gone in 60 Seconds, 1973 Ford Mustang Mach 1. Are we on me?
My dad
Are we
said
on
the
my
same
screen?
thing.
Share my screen?
No.
Sorry. So we can go through these because I'm gonna say no to this car.
Nope.
Trash.
No.
It's iconic, but no.
It was
Yeah.
gone in
It's
60
not.
seconds on this list.
So we've got obviously Fast and Furious, 1970 Dodge
The
Charger.
first movie's Charger. The first movie's Charger.
The problem is they don't have family.
Agreed. Yeah.
Ooh.
Austin Powers, Jaguar E-Type. I
For
don't.
me, there were more iconic things in the film than that.
I buy Austin Powers. I love those films.
Yes.
And was that car really in the movie that much?
That's
anyway?
called the Shagwire, by the way. Shagwire.
Should it be called? Should we put the Shagwire on?
We do.
I feel like maybe we should put the
That's the Shagwire, baby. Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't on that much in the film.
We just
Whatever,
rather have
Sean.
this
You don't know
or the
culture.
Aladdin.
Is there actually a chase scene or any action set piece with that car in it where it does cool stuff? Because if there is,
No,
I think you should put it on. I don't like those Austin Powers movies. I think they're dumb, but like,
Whoa, oh my God.
they were really big at one point. And if the car does cool stuff,
Gold Member's the best one.
Yeah, we all know why Nerdman doesn't like these
All right,
films.
so Nerdman, there was a sequence where with Tom Cruise playing Austin Powers at the start of the movie. So The Jaguar is relevant, so it's dope.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I've seen all those movies. I love them all. But I hope they
Okay,
make
let's go
another
to the next one.
but
Let's go to the
Love
next one.
Guru
I've
sucks.
chosen it.
Love Guru
I've chosen
sucks.
It's on there.
Pass.
It's on there. Okay, so 27, French Connection, 1971, Pontiac Le Mans. I love the movie. Don't think it should be on the list.
Definitely not. Nightcrawler.
Yep.
Basic.
Agreed, everyone?
Yep.
The
Pass.
quicker you say agree, the quicker I can go on to the next one, by the way, guys. Thank you.
Pass.
National
Whatever,
Lampoon's
bro.
Animal
Pass.
House. Pass, yep. I agree with you. Starsky and Hutch, Ford Gran Torino. Now, this is where I would have to say this is a little bit complicated. Should this be on there or not? I think it's cool. But does it stack up to the Knight Riders and the other 80s cars? I'm not sure.
Yeah, you have 1,000 other cars just like this on your list. It won't win it out over them, so no.
Everyone agreed? Starsky and Hutch gets the axe. Yeah?
Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Actually liked it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, because there was like a little bit of heart in it, so it just wasn't about the like. Yeah, I know it's parody, but like there's heart.
I'm gonna put it as a maybe. All right.
Okay, that's what she said. All right.
Shouldn't you start this list from number 1 just to get the real important ones?
I want to get past these ones quickly. All right. So Days of Thunder Chevrolet, that is actually a pretty fucking cool car. No?
Pass.
Days of Thunder, pass?
No,
passing on that?
I'm not a huge fan of NASCAR vehicles.
Okay, fine. Transformers 2009 Chevrolet Camaro.
Yeah, this is the Transformers car that should be on
This
here.
told me you could be ugly as fuck and still get a like Megan Fox and be a 10. So definitely pass.
Okay, I'm putting it on. Most people said win. Okay, Risky Business 1981 Porsche. Fuck that. Yeah.
W for sure. Tom Cruise, baby.
Dukes of Hazzard, we've already got that.
Yeah.
Ronin 1998 BMW 535i.
No
really
one cares.
cool film, cool action scenes, cool whatever. I don't think it's going to win.
No one cares.
Vanishing Point and Death Proof Dodge Challenger.
Never saw it.
It's cool.
Not that Challenger. Not that Challenger.
Though a Challenger,
the one that the girls rode.
Challenger
I would say yes, but because of Death Proof.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Wait. Was Death Proof? Was it that car with the dude that was
the serial killer dude who kills people with the
on the road? Oh yeah, the Death Proof car definitely. The Death Proof car needs to go on there.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, Real Comics is here. Whatever, he's a closet Raylo.
All right, now we've got ones that we probably have already. So Christine, we've already agreed. Yes, yeah. Christine, we've already agreed. Spy Who Loved Me, we've agreed. Wayne's World, we haven't talked about this one. Wayne's World,
dude, I love Wayne's World.
I don't think.
Good.
Does it make it though?
Iconic.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is iconic. Whatever, bro. It's iconic.
Well, I'll put it on if people agree.
It's badly written, but it's iconic.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm putting it on since people agree.
Jesus, Mike.
Wayne's World, but it's super bad written, but it's one of those films that are so bad that you enjoy it. Okay. That's what I'll say about it.
It's on. Jewel,
That's
did
what
put it
she
on.
said.
So yeah, definitely. I've already agreed on that one. Cannonball Run. I did not talk about this one. Lamborghini. I've never seen Cannonball Run.
Yeah.
I've never seen it either.
Pass.
Yeah, whatever.
Trash.
Pass. Born Identity. Mini.
Pass.
I'm going past with that. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
You should add this.
Oh no, dude, that wins. Ferris Bueller, like, you gonna skip over that? Ferris Bueller Days Off, man. Come on, that is iconic. That is an iconic film, man. John Snepp was actually in that film. Remember John Snepp from John Campea show? was actually an extra in that film.
Oh, really?
John
Oh, an
Snap.
extra. I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
you meant you had to like the lines. Okay, an extra. Yeah.
No,
fine,
like
whatever.
he was like an extra in that, but no, man. No, I love John Snap, but Ferris Bueller. If you don't like it, I get it, man. I get it. But like, bro, like
No,
we've all had that like
I've
principle that was
I've never
Sorry.
seen Ferris Bueller. But
Oh, you
I
haven't?
know
Oh, my bad,
the
man.
one thing I know about it is him driving that car, so I guess it should be on there.
Well,
Cool.
let me. Do you know the premise, though, Nerd Man? Like, before you come into an argument, do you know the premise? Like, you know what the film is about, right?
No, it's just the guy has a sick day or something like that, and he doesn't go to school.
No,
I've
it's
seen
not
the
about
beginning.
that.
I've seen the
It's
beginning.
not about that.
Okay, what is it? What's the premise? Quickly.
The premise is like someone when you're in high school, you do it like your parents are constantly telling you what to do, and then like Ferris Bueller has always been like this advocate. It's like, bro, I just want to do what I want to do, and despite what my parents. And then this guy that it's all the show the movie's actually about the person, his best friend, because his dad is super rich that owns this really nice car. And, his dad's trying to control him what he wants to do. And one day he's sick from school, but he's not really sick. But he's sick and tired of what his dad's telling him what to do.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. If you don't want to listen, that's fine.
No. I want to listen, but like, can you tell just what
It doesn't
you
matter,
said the
bro.
premise?
You don't gotta see every movie for the list. You're open-minded to accept other movies. You got Ferris.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, I was interested. I just wanted to know what it was. It seemed like you started going into the whole plot of the movie. I just want to know what the premise is.
All right, let me break it down. Like, if you're like a rich children in your family, like it takes your life, this is someone taking the life in storm and trying to live their own life. And yeah, they have good friends that
that's
tell
that's the 10-second synopsis. Good. Okay, great.
You should try again. You might get another.
All right, Mad Max,
Let's make a waffle.
1973 Ford Falcon XB GT Coupe.
Mad Max, yeah, the car definitely gotta go on there.
That has to go on there. I've never seen Mad Max, but I know that
they gotta go on
that vehicle. What about the Mad Max vehicle in the remake? Doesn't that have to go on as well?
Nah, wait, what are you talking about?
The one way, the truck, right?
It's nothing really iconic.
No, with the mediocre and all that shit. No?
Well, oh, you talking about? Wait, you talking about the monster truck?
Yeah.
You need a monster truck.
I mean, maybe. I guess. I mean,
it was it's great. You have to have a monster truck.
It was the person driving the car that was badass. Mediocre.
Yeah. All right, Mad Max. I'm gonna put
a monster
mediocre
truck.
car. I'm gonna put Mad Max mediocre car.
Yeah, it has to be a monster truck, right? Like,
I haven't seen any of those films, but I should watch them. All right, so we've got Love Bug. Herbie's got to go on. Herbie's my boy. He low key I feel should win this. American Graffiti Ford Coupe.
Is that George Lucas movie?
Yeah.
It looks like if George Lucas was a car, that's what he would look like.
Yeah, basically.
Like if George was like, okay, Kathleen Kennedy, I'll give you the film, and then like I'll give you the Beetle over there, and that's what Star Wars is. And then Kylo Ren, you get like the mini trooper over there that's covered in black, and then the interior is red. That's what we would be.
What does the George Lucas car run on?
I don't know. Vegan fuel. I don't know.
Vegan fuel. What is he talking about? All right, next one. I've got to rep for this one.
Shoot! I just fucking trolling.
I completely.
Oh no! Gosh dang it! No man, it's all your fault. Damn it! You got us all together. Fuck off.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Okay, I've got a rep for this one. I know a lot of people probably don't know this film.
Bad, man.
I can tell. But
whatever, no man. You gave me the advice. Oh shit! Oh my gosh, dude, man.
Okay.
All right,
Smokey and the
I'm
Bandit.
done.
I don't know. I
promise.
don't know if anyone's seen this. Has anyone
It's
else
pretty
seen this?
iconic, but I don't know
It's
if
got
other
to
people.
Man,
on
I've seen the
panel
car, but I haven't seen the film.
that has to go on, man. Like it's amazing. Like
Yeah.
you've got to watch that film, dude. Smokey and the Bandit. The whole series was fucking dope. All right.
Number
And the car
5.
looked cool. All right.
2
Good.
hours
And I'm
later.
7 gone in
60
60
Pretty
seconds to go
iconic.
fuck itself. And really,
Oh my gosh! Whatever, Cole. I see you here now.
gone in 60 seconds.
Dick.
Are we saying
I mean,
no
you
or
don't think
yes?
so, but
It's a no from me.
It's a no from me as well.
That's what my mom told me
That's
too.
a definite.
okay, Simon
no.
Cowell.
Ghostbusters, get that in there.
Oh my gosh,
I've done-
dude!
I've
Bob
done
Saget.
Ghostbusters.
That was never a yes. Like, what the hell is even that? Like,
Italian
no.
Job.
The Blues Brothers.
What?
Yes.
That was- Ooh.
What is an
Really?
iconic cop car?
That's a
It's
good
just a cop.
question.
It's a cop car, so
Chill.
it makes it
That's a good
inherently
question.
less cool. I don't know. Like,
I just see like a chick with a fat ass. I don't know.
Pretty much all the cars from the Blues Brothers are iconic.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say, I guess the car from Terminator. Nah, it wasn't really the car.
what's the Terminator?
Yeah,
what's
this
the
is
car?
iconic.
Bullet. Yeah, you're right. It has to go on.
You know, I love how we've been spending hours. Like, I know you wanted to see the images, but you've been spending hours on this when, like, literally 99% of these things we've gone through and said yes to was on the list I sent you already.
And you
Nerdman.
just saw that I've just skipped it. Basically, the ones that we've already said yes
Yeah.
to. So, thank you for
Uh-oh.
reminding everyone and taking more time. Anyway,
DeLorean.
DeLorean is on there. And of course,
What's that? That's
the
the
James
number
Bond
one.
Aston Martin is on there. So I think we've got a list. We've got a list.
Woo.
It's got to 50. I think that's a nice number. 50 cars.
I'm actually,
Make
real
some
quick,
cuts.
I'm actually shocked that none of the Tron vehicles made it on the list. Well, this list right here, where we're looking
No,
at.
Tron sucks. Come on.
No, I'm not. I'm talking
Tron
about just
doesn't
the
not
vehicles.
suck, Sean.
Just the vehicles itself have a pretty interesting design.
Yeah. I can maybe add that, but
And you can
yeah.
delete some. You can 50 is a lot. Like people don't want to
Yeah.
be sitting about which Dodge Charger was better.
Yeah, that's
Challenge.
true. That's true. All right. Well, that was it. That was a pre-selection tournament.
Yeah.
Done. In the
Good
bag.
job, nerd man. Good job.
Cole, don't say
job.
things you can't take back.
Man,
I'll say things for
Just
sure.
joking. Yeah. Whatever, Cole. Whatever.
Why is everyone always on Cole? He's just an innocent racist
No, Cole's
serial
my
killer.
friend,
He's
actually.
he's-
Nerd man.
I mean, I've only
Fine.
killed 2 people recently.
That doesn't make you a serial killer, man. You need to get
Yeah.
on it. You need 3 at least, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Captain Crunch is still
Otherwise,
asking where
like-
you are at.
So yeah, that's it. Like, anybody else want to talk about anything?
Jonathan
What was
Majors.
Okay. so
Yeah,
that would
I
mean-
want to talk about that. Let me cover some of I heard you guys talking about that. I don't agree with the stuff that's happening, but like look at the Johnny Steph stuff. You know, I believe in the fact that you should not be accused until prosecuted, right? Can we get
Well, you
that
can be
out of the way?
accused. You're innocent.
Yeah,
until
yeah.
prosecuted,
Until
but
you're
yeah.
convicted of something, you should not be canceled. But that's what Hollywood does. But when we're talking about like this is what I want to bring up because I've done a lot of research on the Ezra Miller stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, his first charge was that happened. That chick that he reportedly choked invited him over like 2 years ago. Okay, this is factual stuff. Look it up, and I can provide the links in the
Please
private chat.
provide the link
But
for
what
that. I'm interested.
yeah. But
in
what?
that.
All right. Okay, so I'll bring up everything surface value. I don't think Ezra Miller is a good dude, but what I'm saying is factual. I'm not a lawyer or anything. Like I saw K Dot saying like he's not a lawyer, right? We just like,
Bro,
we
just
get
say
what
what
we
happened.
get.
Ezra Miller got an invitation. Continue from there.
Okay, so the thing is, right? I hope Jonathan Majors comes at like. I think he's a fantastic actor, and I hope he comes out of it. But what I'm saying is, like, the things with Ezra Miller, nothing has been like the last allegation from has not been confirmed. So, and people are trying to double down on this stuff. It hasn't.
Right.
You can't convict someone on something
And I
that's not
agree with you.
confirmed.
I
And
agree with you.
but let me bring up some.
The worst charges
Let
he
me,
has,
Nerdman. Let me bring up one more point before
are not substantiated.
sorry.
But anyway, go on.
Yeah, let me bring up one more point that I want to make pretty prevalent because, all right, so I've done a lot of research on this, and I think that people want to, they want to race bait. I get that fact, and it went through my mind too. I was like, bro, why would you do this, John Majors? He seems like a guy, and he's handsome and whatever, ripped as to the gills. I respect his gym work ethic. I do. So with the Ezra stuff, I looked up the actual arguments in the context of each situation. Each situation, if you look at each individual article, he was like, he's famous. This person told him that they would fight him. And people are just like, okay, we're not believing this. And then she came out later. The girl that he supposedly choked, said that. So, obviously he has mental health issues. I'm not like discounting that. I'm not discounting like what I'm saying is about the Snyder stuff. I'm not a Snyder cultist, but when you're doing the Flash film, there are a lot of people on set that it's not all about the main actor and like Michael Keaton and other actors, man. You got to respect everyone on the set, man, that put in all this work. And it becomes that moral question where, because you have one person that really messed up, and I'm not doubting he messed up
down the whole film,
but then all, you know what I mean? All the other people that were on set that are taking care of their children, they didn't mess up. You have to, like, it's really a moral question. I'm not denying like anyone pushing back on Ezra Miller. I'm not. I'm really not. But like the thing is, like people, there's a lot of people on set, like for like editing, actors, and everything else, cinematography,
lighting,
like
director, VFX,
and that's what people are not even bringing up, and that's what I'm bringing up. And I'm just like, I get the fact that like we shouldn't be about cancel culture, right, bro? And we all make mistakes, but like, maybe his one or two mistakes should have been forgiven, but like if 3 or 4 mistakes, like progressively gets worse, right? Yeah. Which I see, and I was looking at, and like this film was already shot and done, and the first mistake of him choking the girl, is debatable. It really is. I looked at the situation.
Can you send us the link? I have to go now, but like if you can send me the link of
I can, or I can post in the private chat if you want me to.
Of him visiting or her.
Yeah, he revisited her like 2 years after the event. So this happened in 2019, and then
but Jonathan Majors, though, when you bring it to him and his situation, there's something that needs to be said that's really important. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like I mean, that's a good point, but like,
I concur.
All right,
No,
I'm out, guys.
all right, man.
Oh,
Take it easy.
All right, yeah, we gotta get ready to
serial
actually
killer
end it
tournament.
anyways, because I do got to get ready to head out. But thank you all for coming on. Shouts out Chill, Tim, Cole. You're streaming tomorrow with Chill. You doing the Mandalorian stream?
Yeah, I probably will. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys will see me on there tomorrow morning. I'm gonna go ahead and play some Zelda and chill. Catch you guys later. Deuces.
Peace.
What did you do? What did you do?